All right, everybody, get this party started. Let's get it. Give me a second. Gotta get these invites going now. All right. Get these invites going now. Oops. Gotta turn that down. No one should pay for what their ancestors did. Some people believe it. Some people believe it, man. Well, your ancestors did this, so you deserve that. So yeah, I mean, I hear plenty of people that say that. It's yeah, most definitely, I would say that it's wild. But I think that's people that don't put themselves in other people's shoes, you know. I think my mic all the way over here. Hold on, let me bring this a little bit closer. But yeah, because that's why I want to see how people answer this, because I want to see, like, would they feel the same way if their ancestors did something? Should they have to pay for what they did? But I think only a bullheaded person will probably say, yeah, still, yeah, you're only saying that because you don't know what your ancestors did. I don't think nobody's ancestors is innocent. Like all of us done had something. Somebody had something in their past they done did. So they can't control what they did. Exactly. Exactly. Yeah, it don't make sense though, but I think some people just say and do things without thinking nowadays. And then why they wonder why we say or we push for emotional control and all that. Uh, y'all know y'all can come up even if y'all got 0 followers. They let y'all come up. But let me see and get these shares going off for this. Let me get this going. Get this party going. All right, gotta get some more people up in here. Get some more peoples up in here. And this is gonna be an interesting topic. I want to see. Oh, that's the other one. Why yell Black Power and act powerless at the same time? I want to see that. Yeah, cause I was trying to understand that. Maybe we trying to prolong some things that we not living anymore. Maybe because I believe the ones that was yelling, they really was, at least fighting for the power. You know, that's what it was. Cause they seen the power that they had within them. Nowadays we acting weak. Off a little bit of words, we about to lose it. We was getting called way worse back then. You feel me? Still was overriding these things, but where that at? Where that? We just worrying about always saying who got the right to that and this or whatever. I believe we got more power than what people used to have. But we gonna get to it. Let me keep on sending the invites out. So I gotta get this junk popping, man. So I ain't better stay up all night this time. Back to work again. Back to work again. All right. Let's see. Let me see who else I ain't get up in here yet. Let's see if she wanna come in here. Um, who else? Who else? Who else? Who else? Who else? I haven't sent one yet. To. Let's get her in here. Get her in here too. No, she's scared of my lives. Let's see if she wanna come in. I got everybody up in here. See. I'm moving still might be up there. Oh yeah, what's the deal? Sean in the building. What's the deal, man? Y'all haven't. Y'all start watching on the outside. Come on up in here. I know some of y'all watching on the outside. Bring yourselves up in here. Let's talk about it. I really want to dig deep on this other one. It's actually a redo, but I did a little bit modifications to it. I added a few more questions. I took away one question. Added a few more, you know, because we kind of got stuck on this first prompt, actually. I actually got stuck on that. And now we're going to talk about what do Black Lives Matter really mean. I want to see if everybody going to have the same meaning. And also, I wanted to see why yell Black Power and act powerless at the same time. I just don't understand that one. You said I modified that first one. Don't start up that way. You paying attention too heavy. You're right. I even modified the topic itself, you know. I had to switch it up. Like, you know what? Yeah, let me switch it up. I actually kind of modified it because of you. Because what you were saying, I was like, oh, yeah, you right. I said, let me see, because it is a lot of people that change up some stuff, so we gonna get somewhere. Yeah. Yeah, that's funny that you noticed that. Like, yeah, he's like, man, yeah, so many people that don't even claim it, but then they. Yeah, so let me change out a couple things, you know, take that we up out of there. Now we're gonna just flat out see that we take that French up out of here, man. Ain't no more we. Yeah, he said, let me stir that box too real quick. You gotta stir that box real quick too.
Yeah, let me get this right quick before it get crowded in here, man.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, I noticed on that first Chris, I'm like, damn, that look. I said the prompt looked familiar, but that first one, it's kind of the same, but I see it's been some change into that motherfucker. So I'm like, okay, yeah, he had to modify that one. Man, you missed the I finally jumped on a panel the other day, and I debated a woman about that man stuff, and I demolished her. Hey,
Oh my.
hey, man, get back. Hold on, man. She trying to show up. Yeah, it'll be real quick. I'm just explaining what happened because I normally don't do it. I was on, Clout Chasing.
Yeah, I think. Yeah, I seen her. I actually was watching on the outside. I see y'all.
Oh, so you be up on? Okay, did you see me go against that girl first, the Rider girl?
I think I fell asleep. That's funny because I fell asleep too at the same
Oh,
time. But
well,
I
she
think
was,
I heard a little bit what y'all was talking about. And I
you
seen
know,
what
you
you was
know,
talking.
okay, yeah, good. My setup questions is always a setup question. So my setup question, I say this is why I don't like talking about that man and woman stuff on panels. So I asked the question first. I said, hey, if majority of women is expressing their sentiment about men, like the majority of women is saying the same thing about men. Yes, you can have some. Should men listen? Daddy, can I drink it all? No, you can't drink it all. I say, should men listen if the majority of women is saying certain things about men? Should men listen and take that in consideration? She said yes. Right off the bat. No explaining, no hesitation. She said yes. I said, okay.
Oh
So
yeah,
if
I
the
heard that.
majority
Okay, I
men,
did. Yeah, I was listening.
oh,
I remember that too.
hey,
And
and she
he's
started to
like, "No, you see what
explain,
she
talking
just
about some
did?"
women are, yeah, she talking about women are oppressed and all that. I'm like, hold on now. Like, you didn't go into detail on the other end, but you did on this end. That don't make any sense.
I was laughing on the outside when I seen it. I was like, "Boy, I wish I could," but I don't get along with old girls, so I just watch. I was listening to what y'all was saying, and I done fall
Yeah, I
asleep
was like, man,
anyway.
that's why I don't do all that stuff, man, because they be tripping on them. How you gonna say yeah on one, but then on the other one you go into detail?
I seen it instantly too. That was some funny stuff. Well, wait, you're not letting me finish first. I just, and then she had a whole thing. I'm like, now you got all the stuff. I'm like, oh my goodness, dog.
It be like that.
Mm-mm-mm.
That's why I told Dab, I said, you see what I'm saying? All right, man, I might have to drop back down for a second. I gotta finish moving right quick.
Oh yeah, for sure, man. Yeah. Yeah, we about to get into this though. Let me go ahead and get my other profile in. Start hitting these lights. Get these light real quick too. Get the stuff going. All right. Put this in here. All right. But yeah, I want to really get into this. Hold on. Put this other profile in here real quick just to get my other followers that's on this profile in there. But yeah, I do want to get into this one right here. I just want to see where everybody's first thoughts on this situation is. When they do they what would a black-owned world be like? Because I know a lot of us saying, we keep saying that we need our power back and give us what was owed to us, and the thing or stolen from us, stuff like that. And I'm trying to see when we get these things, or even reparation, all that stuff. When we get those things, how much better would the world be, or America, especially because I hear from Americans for the most part, how much better would it be? Uh, like, dang, can we become more of a happy family? Can we stop saying how much, everybody has altered our mind and brainwashed us and stuff soon as we get what was owed to us or whatever? Am I stop having grudges? Are we going to stop, committing crimes against one another? I wonder. So I'm wondering right there. So how much better would it be if it was black on? Like, are we going to be just the angels, and will we do a reverse and start will we try to get revenge and start treating them the same way? So if that was the case, would we be any better human beings? Yeah, I'm just trying to see something on that one. Like, will we be the new prejudice? Will we be that new that? Will we be that new one? Still be the same exact way? Will we treat them better than they treated us? Will we still be selfish or self-centered and still trying to live a free life and get mad at? Who will we get mad at? Because if somebody's gonna get mad at, who will be the new enemy? Ourselves. So I'm. Yeah, we gonna see something on this one. Get out some more people in here real quick, y'all. Give me a second. Mm-hmm. Who else I sent something in to? Let's see. Who else? Did I send it to everybody? I'm trying to make sure. Yeah. We gonna see, man. I just want to see something though. I want to see. Will it end the gender war? Well, it ain't really no gender war. I keep saying it. I gotta stop saying that. I'm trying to get other people to stop saying that too myself. There ain't gonna be no gender. There ain't no gender war though. But it's mentality. Mentality, selfish. Some people fighting against their own lifestyle. And, I realize some of that stuff is really deep, man. Some people's selfishness is so deep, and it's running even in some of my family, man. I'm noticing that, man. The selfishness is getting deep. That they care more about, it's like they don't care for themselves. It's like it's weird. It's like they care about. It's weird how they explain it though. It's like they don't love themselves, but they only care, but they selfish at the same time. So they really like to, risk themselves just to get what they want. So their desires is like overpowering more than anything. That's something I noticed. And I think it's people really out here in this world that's willing to really unalive for their pleasures and desires, man. They really don't care about that. And I think that's what's really going on, even on this app, man. It's people like, I don't care. I want what I want. I don't care about being healthy. I don't care about, how this affect my future. I'm just caring about how I feel right now. So it's like right now people versus the what's upcoming people, or, that's what I'm noticing. I mean, so much. And that's what I'm noticing. Man.
So you a hallway listener, man?
I did it that time. Yeah, I did. I was like, I ain't going in there. I seen, because it actually pointed me in there because you was in there. I was just swiping and trying to see what lives I wanted to get in. Nobody was really on because I had just got off my live. And I was like, oh, let me see. I said, let me see what they talking about in there.
They say, do you? But yeah, that first one, the other day we was talking about this topic. I don't think we got past.
No, we didn't. We didn't get past that first one. I know that was gonna be the deepest one. I should have made it dang near almost last though. But
Hey, some of your prompts tend to like it seems like you put your best one, and it'd be like the small one at the top, like in different colors, and people could never get past that first one. If we do get past it, we'll go right back to the first one.
Exactly. Being a rush back to get back to it, or our talking points go right back to the first one too. But
that boy say a world owned by black people. With it there, you changed that around big time.
Yep.
Now I'm looking at it again. You changed that around big time.
I did, yeah. I changed that and the first one in the first prompt.
Do you believe black people?
Instead of putting we in there, you don't want to make me. I like, you know what? Let me take that we out of there. You know they laughing at the I took that out. I like that. I said you got a point. Let me see that so I can open the door for other people so they can just set themselves up.
I just paid attention to that because I was like, last time.
I thought that's what you was talking about.
Oh, that's a good one.
Yep.
Oh, that's a good one right there.
Yeah, it's your fault. I was like, let me change this up a little bit, man, because he was on people's neck with that one. I'm like, let me change it up.
Man, my wife be telling me, she said, man, you hell. Like she said one thing she love about me is I have my own way of thinking. She said, I don't follow nobody way of thinking. That's what made her attracted to me, because she said I wasn't a robot. And she never met somebody who stand on what they believe, and what they beliefs come from is just their own beliefs. So I take pride in that shit now. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, that's a good thing, though. I think that's what I like about you too, though, because I like people that help expand my mind, anyways. And we don't have to be on the same page. It's just, and then I be laughing too when I be seeing what you do to other people. So you do it to me sometimes too, but I just like it. I feel as a challenge. I just like that stuff because I'm not like ego driven. So I like it, I'm like, dang, I might say you got me some of the times, or you got me to think or whatever, because I just like that stuff. I really do, because I really want to be better, and I want to understand other people, how they think and stuff. But I just be laughing for the ego-driven people. I'll be like, they just be paused like, ugh.
I was on I think it was earlier today, right? And a lot of times I put my stuff on, like, where people can't see me go live, because I got my kids. My kids have me on their TikTok, so I don't want them to see me on live and then stumble into something. So a lot of times you won't know that I'm on live unless you just happen to be strolling through and you see me in the box. But I was talking on a panel, and a woman, I said a word. I don't know, I said something, and she was like, that just triggered me. That just triggered me. And I'm like, okay, well, get off the panel. Like, if I triggered you, then get off the panel. Then all the other women was like, no, that's not fair. Like, if someone's saying that you triggered them, then you should take that in consideration and not trigger that person. And then I'm thinking, and I say, hold on. I say, this is what I don't understand about social media. Taking it from someone who actually lost a child. I hear people on this app every single day brag about getting susmortions. You know what I'm talking about. So I said, to me, I could say that triggered me, but what I do is I log the hell off and don't have to listen to it until I'm ready to engage. I'm not gonna have everybody on the TikTok and on a panel have to watch what they say to me because something it hit home with me. No, you deal with it and then you come to social media. So they was like, nah, you just can't. You should just accept the fact that somebody is triggered. I said, okay, that's the case. what I'm noticing on this app, then we're gonna get back to your prompt, is people don't really care about when I asked that girl Rada, that my point was to say that I just said women have a complaint about men. Should men listen? I didn't. That includes the pick-me's that they talk about. That includes women who hold up the patriarchy. Those are women who believe that being submissive, they love it. That includes the women who don't like men. I just said women in general, and she gave me her answer. And then when I say when men talk, that includes the red pillars. That includes the hardworking men who go to work a 9 to 5. Those include the men who are in their kids' life and have a good wife. Those are men who don't believe in the patriarchy, don't believe in gender roles. It includes all of those. And she said, well, no, women shouldn't listen because we are being oppressed. Hold on now. That shit confused the hell out of me. That let me know right then and there that what you said, I think you said it before, where people only gonna come on this app to spew the negativity. They don't care about growing. They don't care about bringing a positive like change. They just care about coming, dumping their shit on people, and having people all confused and shit, and having people upset. They don't care about no solutions at all.
Yeah. That's why I say, hey, and you noticing that, Jonathan, that's funny. That's most definitely like that, though. But that's why I say I always been saying that for the years I've been on here. I say your triggers is your problem. I learned that a while ago. And the thing is, you don't want to let a troll know that. Let a troll know that stuff. They would, and I know a few of them, right? If they know your triggers, they gonna tear you down. They looking for, because that's. I mean, some people just like that. Oh, you just told me that your mama just on the live. Okay, I'm gonna keep mentioning your mama. You know what I'm saying? They gonna, you know what I'm saying? That's why you shouldn't come on this app, because it's not fair ground. You know, people can do what they want.
Yeah.
Even if you block them, they can make another page and go right back to talking about your mama again. You know.
Hold on, I ain't know you said that before. You said what you said? Say it again.
No, I've been on here for years. I said that like some years ago.
I know, but I like it.
Yeah,
bro.
your triggers is your problem.
I agree with that too. I definitely agree with that. And like, you know, no, I'm just fucking with it.
Yeah, I knew who you was getting. Hey, nah, I got you now. I done found your word. Yours is you say
Hey,
oh yeah, laugh, right? Because I'm about to say, I'm gonna find yours.
Because
I just gotta find Kelly. It's over.
So when I be like, yeah, I be getting my thoughts.
I was laughing and she caught it too. Nate caught it too. Like, yeah, while you was laughing, she's went all with me.
Damn. Oh man, I gotta switch it up now. Damn.
Yep. No, you have all of us stuck talking. We like, all right, we got to figure out how to get around.
I say that a lot.
What's up, Nate? How you feeling up there? They up there cooking and stuff. And that joke funny though. That's how you know we be just paying attention to some. That joke is super funny though.
I guess when you think about that first one, damn, you got me. You kind of. Now I gotta revise my answer now because you changed it up. Damn, a world owned by black people. Would it be better? Explain. Owned by black people. Damn, he hit me with the own. Damn, not power. Last time it was power. Now that boy say own. Ooh, you got me on that one. Damn. A world owned by black people. Would it be better? Damn. I'm gonna have to say no. And the reason I would say no is just going off of what I hear people say. Going back to the beginning of civilization, they said it took place in Africa. It started in Africa, so that would be black people. So, and what I guess you could say black people. They don't call themselves that, but there would be black people. And throughout time, I'm guessing maybe we lost it. I hear a lot of them Israelite dudes say that when they talk about the dark ages, they talking about when black people reigned and had power, because they call it the dark ages. It could be a lie, but hey. There's some stuff I researched that kind of go with that. There's some shit I researched that it was full of shit. So I can't really say 100%, but if we go that black people own the world and we didn't have no existence of like what we went through as far as the transatlantic slave trade and all that stuff, then I think that it would be like it is with the YT people right now. But if we own the world and we know what we went through, like the stuff with slave and all that stuff, I think it would still be in our mind, subconscious. And I think the hatred that we have for one another, I think it don't matter how much we own it. I always think that we'll turn our back on each other. Like if we was to go from right now.
I believe that. All right, dang, that part I get that. Yeah.
So yeah, I got two different sides of that one. That'd be nice. But at the same time, I'd be scared.
Yeah, it'd be interesting though. That's funny. Don't say that on other panels. You get told, what do you mean? But I feel you on that. I feel you.
If somebody asks, if somebody say, what do I mean by that? If I go to, you could call it the projects, you could call it the hood, I call it the neighborhood, I call it the community. If you go to that, and let's just say it's nothing but black people in that area, right? And you could go off of low income. Let's go off of middle class to low, forget that. Let's go with low income. You go where everybody is not really making it, they kind of struggling a little bit, right? And I put myself and I immerse myself in that neighborhood, right? And let's just say I start to get a little things like maybe my Cadillac got some rims on it and I got some 20s on it instead of the factory. And then I upgrade from the 20s to the 22s, right? And everybody else around me is black still, but I'm showing progress that I'm making moves. Like I'm on my way out, like I'm about to leave you. I guarantee you, if you put a YT person in that same neighborhood, they could walk up and down that neighborhood, have the same shit that I have, and they would not be a target. I would be a target. And I see that all the time where YT people could live in the hood, they don't get touched. A black person could live in the hood, they get touched, they get asked, like even you look at it now, when rappers come to a certain town or community, like they come to somebody's city, they call this thing called checking in. They make the black rappers check in with the local gang members. Yeah, they make the rappers check in with the local gang members, not the politicians, not the people who run in the city. They make the rappers check in with gangsters and gangbangers. But when them country singers come down here and them YT people come down here and have all kind of shit, they don't pour into the black community at all. They don't sit there and try to get from them people at all. They let them YT people go and have their fun. They ain't got to check in. But when it come to black people, we got to check in with each other. That shit is crazy to me. And checking in is really, all it is me getting money off of you. Pay me some money and I make sure you're safe. That's all checking in is.
Safe from us.
Safe from us, yeah.
That's crazy. The world we live in, that junk is crazy. Hey, Nate, you back? Where you at, Nate? She must be throwing down in that kitchen again. It is Sunday. New Nate in the building. She on the toilet. So no, it's not. Ah, man. Yeah, this stuff right there you saying right there, this ain't allowed nowhere else, man. They gonna end up tearing you a new one.
They don't have no choice but to allow it.
You saying too much.
If you get on a panel, and I agree with you, a lot of times, even if you know how to articulate yourself very well and you have all the facts, certain panels won't allow you to. So I agree, they will kind of like kick you off, call you Uncle Tom, call you a coon. For me personally, anytime, and I told Chad this, and he might be listening, but I told Chad this. You know who that is, right? Yeah. I told him, because we be inboxing every now and then. I be telling him like he be tripping me out with that black shit, you know what I'm saying? But I told him that anytime, like I feel like that's bullying. And if somebody don't agree with your way of thinking, why do you have to label them like a bad name, like a coon or a sellout or Uncle Tom? You are no different than I'm gonna say people who do that to me is no different from when a YT person label us as thugs and gangsters, all because of how we look. So I can't label someone. If for me to call you a coon or Uncle Tom, I'm already judging you, and I'm already putting you in a box. And you be like, how? Because if you have political views that don't align with the so-called black culture, black people, like you think about I know some black people that are Republicans and they're afraid to admit that they are because they know that they would be labeled an Uncle Tom and a coon and a sellout. It's okay for black people to be Democrats, but the moment that a black person says they're a conservative or a Republican, they would be labeled Uncle Tom, a coon, or a sellout. So they basically saying, as a free black man, you don't have the freedom to be black. You have the freedom to be black like we want you to be black. But if you decide to be black like we don't think you should be black, you're Uncle Tom, a coon, and a sellout. There's no different than what the YT people do to us, in my opinion.
Okay. All right. Now I invited you up, Elegant. I was saying what you meant or what you got out of what Sean was saying.
Yeah, can you hear me? Okay.
Yeah, I hear you.
First I agree with Sean because, like, again, like, people really do bash black people for being Republican. It's like they call you coons and all this extra stuff. Like, they don't respect the way of thinking. Like, it's like everybody's supposed to be on one same accord. Like, you can't even think no other way or see certain things. It's just, I totally agree on him on that. And, like, do I believe black people are ready for that today? To be a world all about black people? I believe that could happen, but I say yes and no because not all black people are, I don't know how to say this without,
All black people are black.
I mean, no, I'm saying like the way people think, because a lot of black people are just for themselves and like more so like how I'm gonna say this, like, to give a better example. Okay, for example, all right, so we have a lot of black politicians.
Hold on. On this panel, you have the freedom to say however you want to say it. However it come to mind, you ain't got to sugarcoat nothing on this panel. Say it how you feel it.
Okay, all right, bet. Okay, so we have a lot of mayors, black mayors, right? We have one in Chicago, I believe it was a woman. You got one here in New Jersey. And I forget the other one. Oh, wait, and one in New York. You see, the one, I forget her name, the one in Chicago, she has power, right? What did she do? This woman done took a lot of money. She did a lot of just negative things. And my thing is like when they have, even in New Jersey, this guy, he is accused of assaulting or SAing and abusing his children and stuff like that and using his power to his own desires. My thing is like when they get into power, they do things like that. So it's just like, it's not trustworthy. You know what I'm saying? I believe like some, not all black people are most likely to do that. Not all though.
I agree with that. You don't have the free. I think Kev on the phone. You don't have the freedom to be like, you don't have the freedom to be fully, like, to be black. It seems as if you're not black within the culture and you have signs of being black and represent the culture, then you're not one of them or you're not one of us. And to me, I remember back when I was growing up, if when I heard somebody say you talking white, to me that was the most craziest thing I ever heard. Is you mean to tell me that me talking educated, now I'm black? Or somebody say, oh, you dressing like a white boy, you dressing like a lame. Because I don't sag my pants and I wear my pants the way they was originally made, that makes me lame, that makes me like, come on, that shit is crazy to me. Those were the people that I felt like just because you have black skin, I don't believe you my kind at all.
Exactly. I totally agree. Like 100%. It's like, it's a threat to them. It's like competition. Oh, you think you better than us. Like, what? It doesn't make no sense.
I think I'm better. I be thinking I'm better than a lot of people. I ain't gonna sit there and lie to you. Yeah, I be thinking I'm better. When I walk past a homeless person, I think I'm better than them. When I walk past somebody who driving a hoopty and shit like that, yeah, I think I'm better than people. Everybody think that. You see it on Mother's Day when people get on Facebook and be like, oh, I got the best mother in the world. Don't nobody try to humble them. Don't nobody try to, oh, I got the best father in the world. The moment you talk about yourself and uplift yourself, then people got a problem with it.
Sean, your master's probably like he's got the best nigga.
Yeah, I think I'm better than a lot of people. I don't care what a lot of people say. You can't, like, listen. when I took my job as a supervisor.
Y'all find his name, block him. I
Oh,
can't
what he
find
said?
his
I ain't hear
name.
what he said.
Some stuff to
Oh,
get me banned. I knew he was on some BS.
When I applied for my supervisor position, I knew that the people that was applying for it, I believed it with my heart that I'm better than them. And I believe that the better man got picked. A lot of people may be afraid to think they better than people, but hey, and one thing I learned about in this world, I'm gonna mute up. There's not enough jobs in this world for everybody to have. Some people gonna have to go with, some people gonna have to go without. I would rather be the person that have the job than the person that don't. When I go for an interview, what if somebody who needed that job and they was banking on getting a check in 2 weeks to pay their rent, and my rent is paid up and I have money in my pocket? Do you think I give a damn if they're gonna lose their apartment or house or not? No. I want to get that job because I'm thinking about my family and what I need to do.
Now, Sean, I agree with you, but like, I won't think that I'm better than a homeless person. But like, when I'm playing on a team, I do think I'm better than those opponents.
Me too. You damn right.
Hey, Sean, you are totally right. And I say this all the time that everything in this world is a competition. You always trying to be better than the next person. Like you said, going into a job interview, what is they doing? They literally trying to pick the best candidate, which means you have to be better. Whoever they pick has to be better than the rest. Even when it comes down to like just living, or let's say getting a house. It's gonna be multiple people probably bidding on that house, but a lot of times people gonna sell to either the highest bidder or somebody that they then connected with. So it's always a competition in everything we do, even when it comes down to dating and relationships. Like women love to say, "Oh, I'm not gonna compete with the next female." Yes, you are. Everything that you're trying to do, you're trying to show this person, the people that you want, or the person that you would like to be with, that you are the best candidate for them. And the same thing, vice versa. And I land.
And to piggyback on that, like, even to answer the question, what's your problem with today's world? I think a lot of people be lying so bad. Like, they will lie to your face, say that you look good when you don't look good, saying that you're, what is it, body positivity, stuff like, they just be lying so bad. It pisses me off. They don't look like, it's a kiss ass of society right now. We're not telling the truth. We're not being honest. Sometimes being honest and telling the truth is not bullying. But again, people can't handle the truth. But we need the truth.
Today it
We
is.
need to. I
You gotta
can't
be a
do it. We
pander.
need to. I just can't do like these people.
Hey, I might like you. I like why you
It's
talking.
I just be. I go outside and I just be looking, and I just be seeing the most. I'd be like, see, no one told you the truth today.
Hey, first, this is a test right here. How many panels you got kicked out of?
None. I don't listen.
Man,
Listen,
you
when
don't
I
fit the criteria.
listen. I go on the right panels.
Okay.
Oh, okay, you say you selective. Okay, I get you.
This the panel for the rejects of all the panderers. Man.
The kicked out crew over here, and they all
Nah,
kicked out. We get the.
Yes, listen, they will fry you up if you go to the wrong panel.
But I love it though. I love it.
Yeah, I already know that.
6 against 1.
Man, that happened all the time. It's a few lives that I go on just to get some smoke, because it's like, this is the funny part about it, right? So while they explaining to you why you such this horrible person and how you shouldn't find love, you don't deserve love and all that, they show their true character. Like, okay, for somebody to sit here, you think you so great, right? How is you sitting here telling somebody else how they don't have no hope and they should just go do this and do that? Like, who the fuck are you? That shows more of your character than mine.
Right. You talking about the men that be saying a woman with 2 baby daddies ain't gonna find love no more?
Yeah, I mean, it's the same thing vice versa, because I go on panels and they'd be like, "Oh, you got how many kids? Oh, and you been to prison, da 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 da. You would never make a good father." But the thing is, I'm a better father than they father is to them or they baby daddies. and it'd be so funny to me how people like they so quick to just pass judgment on to people thinking that they are the best people in the world. Ain't nobody, bro, everybody got fucked up flaws. Everybody got something wrong with them. Nobody is perfect. So to sit up here on these goddamn panels and act like you got all the answers to all the damn questions is beyond me. That's crazy work.
A lot of these people on panels, they talk that talk, but in person, they will never say what they be saying on these panels.
Exactly. Like they be yapping so much on TikTok, but if you was in person with them, they would not say all this stuff.
Nope.
And that's why
Hey,
I be like,
hey,
go ahead, cuz.
oh I seen my boss though, so I'm not sure if I was getting through, but I see a lot of the times where those same people be like, okay, let's say I hear somebody say you don't deserve love, and it is okay. Let's say if a man say he got 3 different baby mamas, right? Then you'll hear, oh, he don't deserve this. Oh, you such and such, and you this, and I'm like, okay, hold on. But if a man were to say that about a woman, that because if that man got, if a woman have 3 different baby daddies, and a man were to get on a panel and say, oh, she don't deserve love, she don't this and that, people would chew that man out. But those same people could also say that a man with multiple kids, with multiple women, cannot have love. Like he needs some problems. Like he need to go get therapy. Like I'm at the point now where I ain't gonna sit here and lie to you. That shit pissed me off when everybody try to send black men to therapy. Like you can't talk to me. You can't talk to black. You don't have the wherewithal to talk to black men. And like, cause a lot of times I know with my wife, I had to help my wife get through things, and she had to help me get through things before we even ever went to therapy. And a lot of times it seems as if people don't even want to help the man at all. They just want to be like, nigga, take your ass to therapy. And when you get through with therapy and you become a better man, I need you to return to be a good man for me. Nah, if I go to therapy and I don't need you, when I become a good man, I'm going somewhere else. I'm going somewhere else. I'm not gonna come back to the place that didn't help me at all. No, I'm gonna go back to and find me a good
right
woman.
there, boy. That's deep.
Can I ask you something?
Preach.
Like all the men on the panel, because like I have a lot of like male siblings and everything. Like they won't make me help them at all. Like it's a no for me. Because again, I'm the youngest sibling. None of these men, none of my brothers want me to help them for nothing at all. So my thing is like, what help can I give? Well, of course, I can't give them nothing because they're not going to accept it. But like, if they were to accept it, what can I give? I mean,
Silence and respect.
Ooh, I got some good ones because
Silence and
we went through
respect.
this. One of the things that yes, that's multiple, but a lot of times women don't understand, and every man is different. So when I speak for this, I might just be speaking for myself. I don't know how all men think, but one thing I did do is my wife have no problem with critiquing me, but at one point she couldn't, and it was based upon if you could open your mouth, if a lot of times you open your mouth and all you do is nag and complain about what the man is not doing, or you speaking negativity in his life, and within that same breath that you can speak negativity, you can speak some positivity, but you choose not to. And I feel like a woman has the power to get a man to move the way that she want to, if it's more life being spoken into the person. To sit here and always have something negative to say with nothing positive, people are going to tend to think that you hate them because you don't say nothing uplifting at all. And a lot of the times what I learned with me and my wife, and I heard a lot of men say this, but I don't know if this for the majority, that if you have a man that is emotionally intelligent, who know how to articulate how he feel and what he's feeling, don't mean it's actually reality, but it's just a feeling that he's going through at that moment. If a man express how he feels, it typically get turned around, especially in my case before we went to therapy. It becomes, instead of what I said, how I go? Instead of talking about what I said, it turned to how what I said made you feel. And that happened a lot of times.
So therapy can be used in a lot of ways, right? I'm not opposed of it, but to just throw people into the therapy box don't always work out. You know what I'm saying? A lot of times it don't even need to be therapy. You just need the person who you with just need to show a little bit more respect. You know what I'm saying? So, it could be just that simple, but sometimes that respect is dressed up in a lot of different ways, right? But then this brother was right, Sean, you're right. A lot of men are different and they handle their women different. Now, there are some things that men collectively might be in terms of, certain things, like the young lady said, her brothers or the men in her life don't let them help her do nothing, like they do all themselves. Like I come from that same, I come from that same stock. So, when we look at our women a lot of times, and I didn't realize this after my wife died, right? My wife passed away in 2014. And unfortunately, I definitely dropped the ball in a lot of shit as a husband when I was married. But I didn't realize that shit till after she was gone, which is sad, but it's absolutely the truth. But a lot of times I know as men, sometimes we drop the ball on paying attention to the woman's feelings and having emotional intelligence towards the woman's feelings. I know, speaking for myself, I dropped the ball in that as a husband. I think those are roles as a husband that's where our strength need to comes from. Sometimes is recognizing those things and being able to cultivate that. And if we can't, sometimes we impose our own selfishness, in situations like that, to where as men, we need to take a step back and just evaluate. And this is how we really get, that real respect in the house is when you can sit back and not judge her for her situation. Now, and I'm only speaking from lessons learned, you guys. I'm only speaking from lessons learned, because I'm realizing I'm practicing that now in my second marriage, and shit, we've been together almost 5 years and they never even had an argument, simply because of how I'm able not to make my relationship a competition. And I think a lot of times we do that as men and don't even realize we're doing it. And I land my plane.
The heck is quiet.
Damn, I didn't mean to do it like that.
Yeah. Right, just left everybody. They trying to marinate it a little bit. What was the? I think I wanted to answer that too. How was that question? It was a question or a statement you were saying.
Who, me?
It was I think Elegant asked it though.
Yeah, I
to
just
answer
asked,
too a
like,
little bit.
because again, I have like a lot of brothers and like they won't allow me to help them. And I kind of feel like, like like if they don't want me to help them, I can't do nothing about it. But like, I feel like, sometimes they do share
Right.
certain things and I feel like helpless because I'm just like, because I know like sometimes they tell me like, oh, this is a man's, men can't show emotion. We can't do this, that, and third. I'm just like, wait a minute. And they would say,
All right,
like, I'm like, hello, I'm here to help. Like, I'm here to talk. You could talk to me, like, because they used to say, oh, women, they don't like to see men emotional. We can't do this. We can't do. I'm just like, okay, you know what? I'm not that type. So you can talk about it here. But like, they're so like, that's so ingrained in them. Like, there's nothing that I can do. Like, it's like, no, I'm not going to show you this because although you say, they know that I'm like, they're able to talk to me and everything. Like, I'm not that. But they just don't do it because, again, society and like men can't show emotions and got to be strong and all this extra stuff. So it's like, how, like, what can be done?
I initially,
I
no,
would just say.
I initially came up for what De Niro had said recently about, he had been to prison and I had been to prison twice. And the misnomer about, being able to take care of your children and being successful. I'm going to be honest with you, bro. I've been to the penitentiary twice and I run circles around my parents' finances. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, that shit ain't really, it's all about what you do and how you make it. You understand what I'm saying? And to be honest with you, I came from a 2-parent household and my father didn't teach me how to be a man. The penitentiary did, and we got fathers, my father was there, but he wasn't there. You dig what I'm saying? That nigga was there, but that nigga was completely disconnected when it came to the emotions of the kids and all of those shit there. He was completely disconnected, but I land my plane. I initially came up for what De Niro was speaking on.
I could. Oh, go ahead, Kel. I think you said go next. My bad.
I was just gonna say that for the most part, to answer that question, I would just say this is no different like how we do with women. Just be an open ear. Be open ear to that guy, and of course, them got the muscle heads and stuff, and the way we got raised, and I could feel it. That was ingrained, And I do believe, man, it should still be like that, but it is just got to pick the right people to open up to. And if you make it comfortable for them and just be a listener, I'm pretty sure, one day they'll finally open up and realize they can kind of, I hate using that word, I guess, trust you, trust in you, or I say believe, but yeah, that trust you. So that's what I say on that one. Go ahead, Sean.
This may be one of my far-fetched pictures. Yes, wait. That I believe that comes from the brainwashing of men and women, where women are trained and conditioned to believe that a man shouldn't have emotions and all that stuff, and then men are raised to believe that we shouldn't show emotions and have feelings. And I think if you get with some, and this is something that I would challenge men on, which I say this all the time. Who told you that you are a provider and a protector? Did you have these thoughts on your own as a man, or did society say this is how you should show up as a man? And one thing that me and my wife had to learn is she had to treat me as an individual on my own and my own thoughts. And she had to understand that I'm my own man and don't hold me to the standards of what society has said how I should show up as a man. And you can ask anybody, it's a man or woman. If your ex, no, not your ex, if someone came to you, like a woman you dating, let's say for men, it's Antoine, I think, if I'm not mistaken. You don't know the man on the panel, I think. If a woman, besides the host, Kev, but if a woman come to you and say, hey, the woman you dealing with right now, she said, hey, I want you to treat me like my ex treated me. He took me to dates. He bought me flowers. He took me to movies on certain days. He opened doors to me and all these things. I believe that the first thing a man would say is, you need to go be with that nigga.
Can I tell you, that's exactly what I said in my head, verbatim.
Okay, now watch this. Now here's the tricky part of that. So when it comes to when I say that goes to show how I look at traditional stuff. Tradition have told men and women that whoever you get with, like let's say for men, tradition have taught men that whatever woman you get with, this is the role she should play. She should cook, she should clean, she should carry the burden of the kids. She have to take on majority of the household work. And what we do as men, and this is speaking for women too, because y'all do it, we hold those people to the standards that society say how they should show up, and we don't give that person a chance to show up as their own individual and deal with them on what they're capable of giving. We hold them to the standard of what society says.
I realize that what you are 100% correct, Sean, on that. There's no refuting that, at least not from me. I realize that I have to hold my woman accountable to the standards that she set for herself, not what society set. You know what I'm saying? We sit down, we talk. You understand what I'm saying? We get those on the table, and when I hear what she's about, she hear what I'm about. Now I can hold her accountable to her standards, not what the fuck society says, because society don't make me, what society eat don't make me shit on no level. You know what I'm saying? And to be honest with you, I was an established man before social media was invented. Let me just put that out there. I'll be 47 this year. I was an established man before social media was invented. So this shit here, and you 100% right about that, Sean. So I can only hold my woman accountable for the standards that she sets for herself. You know what I'm saying? And if you don't know those standards, that's your motherfucking fault because you didn't care. That's bad vetting. That's bad. And you know what? That's another thing too, bro. People don't be knowing where people stand because they never asked. They just built that shit off of what society say and never really get what that person says from the jump street. They just automatically assume that you're supposed to be this way instead of sitting down having a grown ass button up conversation, whether it's tough or whether the fuck is easy, having that conversation. You understand what I'm saying? Because sometimes it is tough. And it is what it is, you know, and when you get a certain age, you just can't compromise on shit because what you compromise to keep, you inevitably lose.
So is that why there's like a war between like the independent woman stuff? Because they're so ingrained in standards?
Ask yourself this. It's elegant, right? Ask yourself this. When it comes to, let's say, when it comes to a man seeing a woman cry, she don't have a certain amount of time she could cry before we look at her like she's less than or she's not a real woman. She could cry unlimited time. Well, if she's doing all that crying out of nowhere, yeah, okay, we got a problem. But if she just going through things in life and she get emotional and she get teary-eyed, it's not a certain amount of times that she would have to do that in order to man be like, you know what, nah man, this ain't gonna work out, man, she too emotional. But when it come down to a man, he only could cry pretty much on certain occasions. Like if someone happened to pass away, or if life get too hard for him and he just happened to shed a tear just in his thought. I guess I would have to ask the woman, because I don't have this problem with my marriage. What is it in you that when you see that in a man, what makes you be like, ugh, that's a turnoff? Like, I think women need to ask themselves that. What is it about? What is it that when a woman see a man crying, it turns off and she feel like she's not protected? Because I know some dudes that get out there when they fight, they start crying and they get real violent. So they don't make them less than a man at all.
Bro.
So
I done seen that in the penitentiary.
Yeah.
Think I'm lying?
Yes, sir. I know. I was one of the dudes who, you mess with me, man. Once I shed a tear, oh, you in danger. Yeah, you in danger. So my thing is, I would ask women is, what is it in women that when you see a man crying or shedding a tear, what is it in you that makes you uncomfortable as a woman? It don't have nothing to do with the man.
I feel
I think women need to ask
for that question. But I wish there was a whole lot more people in this goddamn room.
You know what's crazy? I think a lot of
and then you'll be surprised. That a lot of those women who are fighting the patriarchy, they are the ones who are upholding the patriarchy because they have men holding those same standards that a man can't cry but on certain occasions.
Because it's been ingrained. I feel like a lot of women they're not used to it. So when they see it, they get like, okay, what am I? And my thing is this, like, okay, I seen some men cry and I just sit there, like, that's it. I just sit there and like, listen. My thing is, you guys want a hug? Like, y'all want, like, you know, some cuddles? Like, what do you do? Because it's easy to, like, you know, comfort a woman when she cries. But what do you do?
A lot of times women don't even know what to do when a man cries.
I don't. That's true. I give him a hug.
I think that's what she's getting at. I think that she, a lot of times
I just give him a hug. That's it.
Don't even know what to do. And I'm gonna say, for me, I'm gonna be honest with you.
Just stay
focused. If some men can just agree with me or disagree, for me, I just need you to listen. If I'm crying, I just need you to listen. I don't need no judgment or nothing right now. Because if I'm doing it in front of you and something happened, you there and it's happening in the moment, and it may not be because of a death. Let me give you a real life scenario. This happened to me 2 days ago, right? This some real shit, right? And unfortunately, I was taking the shit when this happened, but my wife died in 2014. And so I was watching something on TikTok, and I just had this immediate flash of memories, and I just started bawling, right? Because I never had a chance to apologize for her, right? So I was just like, damn. But in my thought process, I was like, man, I'm glad I didn't let my current wife see me crying right now. And that's the thing too. And as men, we don't even want y'all to see. And I said that to say that because in my thought process, inadvertently on the other side of that coin, I didn't want my current wife to see me crying like this, right? But it was something that it was a trigger that just happened. It was a trigger that had just happened, and and it was just so overwhelming because I was like, damn, I can't believe I fucking did that. You know what I'm saying? And it was just like, damn. And it was like a reality check based on what I seen somebody on TikTok. But women don't. For myself, I just want if you there in the moment, I just need you to listen. I just need you to listen. That's it. I don't even need your opinion on it. A lot of times people say some shit in the wrong moment, don't even know what the fuck they saying. I don't even need you to speak on it. I just need you to listen. I land my plane on that, my fault.
Give me a second. I'm over here inviting people. My bad. Y'all would get quiet as soon as I look away. All right. But I was about to say, I think, dang it, somebody had asked a question. I want to answer that too, because it was like about why, I also believe the reason why some people pushing what's the deal, more money. I see you down there. Why they pushing it, the traditional things or whatever, because it's like if you really look at it, it's like today the whole world is still pushing like it's like a half thing, right? It's non-negotiated with when it comes to what men need to do, right? Because like to this day, you know, you gotta buy the first date and pay for that, and uh make sure you the one that you on the left side of the road and she on that. You know, it's always been like that, which, you know, I don't see nothing really wrong with. I believe, you know, I believe it, but but I do believe that, you know, we should take on a little bit more just because man a little bit is built a little bit different and tougher and stronger, whatever. But you know, those things, it's like we all, for the most part, men playing their role. You know, it's been playing a role, but it's just like I think the problem is the opposite. Now, when we tell them, now we like, nah, we got to remix a little bit, stop the tradition, it don't work. But they keep holding men to their traditional side to this day, and this still haven't changed. You know what I'm saying? You got to pay for this. You got to do all. You dang everybody got to do all husband material type things while she get to negotiate her side. You know what I'm saying? But then she, you know, I'm not gonna do all that for me. I'm not gonna do everything. You don't deserve. You're not my. You're not. You don't. I don't have a ring on it. But I, you know, they don't do the. Basically, they don't do the. What's that junk called? Going Dutch. They don't do that no more. I mean, no more. I don't even think they ever did it. But they don't do the Dutch thing. They don't do the. You know, because it's like this. We heard the term "be a man." You know what I'm saying? I had a topic about that. What that's supposed to mean? What do be a man mean? And then why we can't say be a woman? And you say that, you ain't getting banana. You know what I'm saying? So why is it like that? So it's just, I guess that's what the little war is going about, because it's like, all right, since we doing halfway, we're halfway doing it. Now let's see if we can get the other half to do their part. Because it's like they forcing the man, because like otherwise a woman is not attracted. If a man don't do that part, you know what I'm saying? What the heck? He's not taking up for me. You weak. You know what I'm saying? Or he's not, you know. So they got to do their part. We ain't gonna get it. We ain't gonna get a woman if we don't do our part. If you really think about it, you know what I'm saying? So I don't know. It's just
I
I
actually
don't know,
agree on.
man.
Can y'all hear me? My thing is not lighting up. That's why
I
I'm
hear
just
you.
like,
Go
but
ahead.
yeah, I think that's true. But it's not only in America though. Like if you go to Africa, like a man does have a role to protect and stuff like that, and a woman. Certain places in Africa, if you go to the Caribbean, it's the same. So it's not just in America. I think it's the same concept in a way for our places, but sometimes it's a little bit different. Like a woman may, you know, do certain things, but again, like it's kind of the same with all places though.
Facts. You about to, like Nate? You about to say something earlier? Like you said.
Oh no, I was just about to tell her that we could hear her when she was asking.
Oh, okay. But yeah, I think, man, they was on the roll earlier. I like what they were saying though about what they were saying. I think it was Sean and Antoine. They were saying something, but it was. Hey, how the heck I forget, man? There's so much that got. We having so much running through my mind. My goodness. Not much. Not much back to the regular schedule program. Okay, for sure. Um, I guess if y'all want to we can get started on this topic then. Let's get it done. If y'all done with the free talk. The free talk, I was enjoying that. I ain't gonna lie. I was enjoying that. You know, as long as we talk about something that's uplifting, that's all I be caring about for real. You know, and all these problems and address. It's really awareness, man. People get mad. Why do you talk about what you talk about? Awareness, because obviously you're not aware of it, you know. If you was really aware of things you was doing, you wouldn't do it. That's just real talk, you know. So that's what they mean by if you know better, you do better. You know, I had to understand that a little bit when I got older. I didn't get it at first, but yeah, I realized that because once you know that you putting some harmful things in your body, you dang near want to get rid of. You like, dang, this really doing that to my body? You trying to do that? Well, some people is very rebellious. They don't care. You know, I realized that today. They can know like this next meal you eat is gonna unalive you, and they gonna eat it. You know what I'm saying? Well, it tastes good. I'm gonna do it. So I mean, that's, you know, I guess for the most part, know better, do better is not always perfect. But for the most part, a person that really care about themselves or a little bit of pinch of care about themselves, they will, you know.
But
Hey,
Kev,
all
but
right.
you know, people don't like accountability.
True. That's true. That's true. That burns. That's the new. That's the, man. No, you didn't just say I do. We
But
know you
even
do,
if
man. Well, at least I know you do. You've been in my lives a
even
lot,
if
so
people don't like accountability, are we not supposed to hold them accountable?
No, we still supposed to hold them accountable, right? Like whether they like it or not.
Right.
I agree. See, Nate, I can't. When you talk, your box don't light up. I don't know if it's just only me. It's probably my TikTok. It's been bugging.
That too. I don't know what's going on with TikTok.
Man, my TikTok is bugging. I don't know if it's just me, but I can't even.
Well, mine's bugging as well. I don't know what's going on.
I can see all y'all boxes lighting up when you talk. Elegant, when you speak, I see yours. Nay, everybody on the panel, when
Yeah,
you
the
talk, I can
boxes.
see your boxes.
Yeah, they're like, no. I want to address question number 2. Can I do that?
Yeah, go ahead.
Okay, so, what does?
nah, wait, nah, nope, hold up.
I
Let
thought you
me.
was gone, Kev.
I gotta go. I gotta.
The betrayal. Try to break some rules around here when I leave. That's crazy. My mind's supposed to know better. It's like, nah.
No, I
You
want
say
to
you about
answer
to
number
go?
2. I gotta answer number 2.
You will. Unless unless you're in a rush to leave, then I'll just get you straight to it. Then otherwise, if you want to stick around, and we're gonna get to number
Okay,
2.
okay.
You want to stick around? You gonna stick around or not?
Yeah, I'm gonna stick around.
Okay. So let's get it. We're gonna get it though. I already know number 2. I know it's burning everybody. I know it's burning. All right, let's get it. Yeah, let's go ahead and get this going then. So we're gonna start. I'm gonna start on the right side then, just so we can get this going. Then we're gonna go to Sean, then down to Tabitha. End it with Tabitha. So and I guess we could try to keep our answers short because I see it's full, and I know more people about to come in here soon. So a world owned by black people, would it be better? Explain. Go ahead, Nate.
It was at one point in time, wasn't it?
We'll see. We will see. Go ahead, Nate.
Okay, so would it be better? To be honest, like what like most black people doing right now, like what most of our culture is doing right now, like to be honest, I don't even know if it would be better because I don't know. That's just that's just my opinion. Like I don't think it would be better.
Oh, okay. Yeah, let's do that. We gonna do no full explanation. We ain't gonna do it yet until the end. All right. So yeah. So no. We gonna just say no. All right. Cool. All right. Go ahead, Antoine.
Now go answering the question.
Yeah. Would it be better?
Yes, I think it would be better. I
So
think
Sunshine, I see you
it would
down
be
there.
better because
All right. Cool.
I don't. I'm just saying I think it would be. I'm just gonna leave it right there.
Well, I guess we could do just try to do the explanation short then, because I was gonna say no explanation, but we could do
I
that.
don't know how to
Just
give
keep
a
it short.
explanation, so I'm just gonna. I'm gonna set the fuck in right now, goddamn.
At least under 2 minutes then.
Well,
Under
because
2 minutes.
history, the world was ran by black folks at one point in time. 100%. 100% was ran by black folks. In the world, and it was ran quite differently. You don't hear. I can't even read stories about where it was a bad economy when black people ran it bad. I mean, look at Fidel Castro before they got him. I mean, in Libya. I mean, shit, he ran the country. Shit, nobody was poor. There was no homelessness. If you wanted to go to school, you can go to school absolutely free, and he'll pay for it. The government would pay for it anywhere you wanted to go. If you got married, they paid for it. They gave anybody who got married, I think it was $30,000, $40,000 for their marriage. They would. I mean, there was so many benefits. You know what I'm saying, to being there. So yeah, I think if black people ran, yeah, we would. Whew, we got some internal ops though, man. Then I'm thinking about that's a whole fuck. Nowadays, I don't know about nowadays.
Wait. We gonna get to that part because that's the first prompt that's on the next one. So all right, cool.
Like, you know what? Nowadays, I'm like, hold on, wait a minute.
Yeah, don't even get to it. We gonna get to that part in a minute. Why? Because that's literally the first prompt. Do you think we ready today for it? But we gonna get to it though. The shots at what you got now. A world owned by black people, would it be
I actually
better?
got a question
Explain.
before. Sorry to cut anyone off, but who's black?
I'm
You
black.
mentioned black people. Who's black?
Before we get to that, because that's a whole nother thing too. No, we ain't gonna do that yet. Not yet. That's gonna be a whole nother deep thing. I'm not trying to get stuck. Like last time we did this, we got stuck, Lily. I'm trying to make some movements now. We gonna get to Lily. We gonna do an open panel right after when we get to the Black Lives Matter one. We gonna do an open panel. I just want everybody to run through these real quick, and then we gonna chop it up.
I'm gonna say no
But go ahead,
because we see what Africa they not doing better than other countries in the world. You know, we can talk about how black people are better all day, but the economy matters. If you're one of the poorest countries in the world, if you third world status, that shit matters. If your citizens ain't getting the resources that they need, that shit matters. So you can't sit here and say the black people would be better off being led by black people when we see countries like Haiti, Jamaica, all these countries doing bad. They at the bottom of the charts. You get what I'm saying? When it comes to how their citizens are living. So no, I'm gonna say no.
All right. Matter of fact, I see how this gonna go though. So after I get everybody go, we can do open panel on this first one too, because I feel like somebody might
And
have
that's kind of hard.
either some add to
Yeah.
some rebuttal. Go ahead, light C.
So I think we need each other. I think that if you gave it up to white people, that we can clearly see that they ran
What the heck?
that
That
they
wasn't even
ran
a
over
question.
the international banks and they're using them to leverage up wars and
Yo, hold up real
and
quick.
so
Like, hold
what?
up.
Yeah, I
Like, can you
can.
hear me, bro? Yeah. So give me a second. That's not the question I asked. The question is, a world owned by black people,
Yeah,
would it be
so
better?
when
Yes or
if
no?
I said no because we need each other, then that would reemphasize the point. Is that if you leave it up to white people, they're going to destroy each other. If you leave it up to black people, they're going to destroy each other. And so it's evil is in every culture, and it's ridiculous to even make the assertion that one race or skin color should be dominant or take over. We see what that produces. You either are good people or you have evil people. Very
Okay.
simple.
I feel it. All right, cool. So okay, that's a decent answer. I got you. All right. Yeah, because this ain't that type of panel. I know you're looking for some smoke or something. They ain't like that. It's just different point of view. See how you look at it. All right, go ahead, Sean.
Yeah, but you figure out when you say, damn man, you can't hear me. Hey, now that I think about it, because I answered it before, but I might have to critique it a little bit. I'd be a little nervous with all of the mostly black cities in America is ran by black mayors, city councilmen, and all of that stuff, like Baltimore, Chicago. You could go with New Orleans, where the highest crime and it's the most black people, even in Atlanta. All of that is ran by a majority of black people in a position of power. And those cities are pretty much just hot in crime. And you got some black people that's doing good, but for the most part, the cities are messed up. So to me, I don't know by us being in power owned anything, would that change anything if we still had that mindset? And I said it before, if we get into power now and knowing our history, I think no, it wouldn't work. But if we get into power and we don't have no remembrance of like the slavery or all of the things, the Jim Crow laws, all the things that black people went through? I believe yes. But if it's starting now and we could still remember what happened, then I would say hell nah. Because you look at all the black cities where there's black people are in, those cities are ran by black people and they are pretty much low income and they have a high crime rate. So somebody have to prove to me otherwise.
So here's where I have to really.
Hold up real quick, Antoine, before we do that, we're gonna get to open panel right after these last three on this side. We gonna get it popping after that because I see some stuff. Go ahead, Elegant.
How many people on the panel? I see 4. Is there more people?
What the?
My TikTok is bugging, so I don't know what's going on.
Do you need to drop and come back up? You want to do that real quick to see if it's just your screen?
Back up.
Yeah, I got you. I'll say your spot. Go ahead,
Okay,
Tabitha.
if this world, in order for this world to be completely ran by black people, and I'm sorry if this is going to sound racist because I'm not trying to sound racist at all. I'm just trying to keep it real. We would have to forget everything that we've learned after colonialism. It's just as simple as that, and we would have to distance ourselves far away from the WT people because I have to agree with what Sean is stating. The reason I agree and I kind of don't agree. Where I do agree is that he is absolutely correct that majority of the cities where there are black mayors and black, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera, those cities are ran down. But also at the same time, I feel like that they're puppets. I feel like that those black mayors in these black cities and running this black thing, they're just puppets. They're just collecting the money. They're still doing what the WTs are telling them to do. And I'm going to leave it at that. I'm going to land there.
So you think segregation is?
All right. So one more person, then everybody can go. Go ahead, X Black.
Zay Black.
X, Zay Black. Zay Black. All
Yeah,
right,
I think the world would be a better place. History has showed us that. But one of the main things is that when we talk about the American black people that's in power, like talk about the cities and the mayors, like she just said, they still operating under a colonialized system. And they had to go along to get along to even get in a lot of those positions. So they didn't kind of already kiss the ring. So we can't really take that, but we can see just now how many intelligent young black people all over the world that's on social media, educating people, breaking down stuff. And there's generations that would love to be in these positions of power, but 90% of them ain't gonna get there unless they kiss the ring and bow down. And secondly, you look at black culture, whichever you want to call that, I know you're gonna do that later. We got so much history in the world cultures that we're gonna be pulling from things like we got to think about the world, not just America. It's black people all over the world who still in touch with their cultures and know why they do the things they do, why they eat the things they eat, why they raise their kids the way they raise their kids. So yeah, I'll stop right there. But yeah, I think the world will be a better place. It was before.
So then you must know about the Rwanda genocide and what happened in 1994 to the
The Rwanda genocide.
Hold on.
Yeah, that's what I'm talking about.
We know now that it wasn't black folks that got people so confused about what the fuck they are. And I identify as a fucking TV today. I identify as a fucking rock. I identify as a cat. I identify as a dog. That wasn't in no black. That wasn't in our community. That wasn't.
But it's also better than to let other people identify you, right? To tell when people classify you as something and then you just gotta go with it, it's also insane.
No, we kept it what the fuck nature had it as.
But we're not being
Only people
classified
did
as
teach
those.
Caucasian people all over the world.
Because if nature applied, I'm just black. But y'all want to apply this political stuff, which puts me as African
Hey,
American.
Mom, watch your mouth. Watch your mouth.
That puts now I'm African
Oh, I see my mom
American.
slip
Never
in
been
here.
to Africa, but I'm African American.
Right, I don't even agree with that Africa shit. I'm gonna be honest with you. I don't even listen. I got a whole different mindset about that Africa shit. That African theory, I don't believe that.
Twan, please put me real quick, just real quick. Can you just tone it down a little bit, just a little bit? Yeah, I just said my mom was in here, just for a quick second.
Hey, Mom.
Hey, Mom, is everything smooth in here? Go ahead.
Oh, your mom
Go ahead,
is
Joe.
in here.
You're right. Go ahead.
What's that screen
Just for
name?
now, just for a little.
I'm so sorry.
Hi, Mom.
No, it's cool.
Hey.
Love you, Mom. we're just cooling here, you know. Go ahead, Deshaun. Go ahead. What y'all got? What you got?
Okay.
I say
Shante, my bad.
Shanti.
Oops. You Shante. I think she
But
just
I
about to
don't
say
even know what I was about to say. But hey, Yvonne.
See, now it's kind of hard to talk because mom is in here. You
Yeah,
know
we
how
can't
we
we can't
are.
do this. This can't
And we
happen.
can't be talking
Exactly. I
like that
just
in front of
got out of
mama.
frame
Y'all
moving my
respect him
camera
though.
to
I'm
I
pretty
hide
sure we
love
frame.
some grown folks. We know how to talk without
I
cussing.
can.
We know how
I
to do
love
Not in
that.
front of
that.
Come
mom.
on.
Don't
Act
say
Yvonne.
like
that in
y'all
front of
grandma here. Yo, do y'all
mama.
cuss in front
Oh,
of y'all
I'm sorry.
grandma?
Not
I
in
cuss
front
in
of
front of my
mom.
mama. I'm sorry,
I
but
Can't
love
do
it.
that.
I cuss in front of
She
my
said you
mama.
leaving?
Well,
Okay.
let
All
me
right,
go then,
mom.
Kill. Let me
All
go
right, love
then.
you,
That's your
mom.
mom, Tabitha?
Up.
Yeah,
Well,
Yeah,
thank
okay,
Yvonne,
you.
well,
mom.
I'm
I
Yvonne.
good.
Do
feel
you
like that he's gorgeous enough to be my baby. Thank you.
Mm-hmm.
No, but I was going to say, I think somebody in the comments was saying, like, I'm saying that black people are not competent, right? That's not what I'm saying. And I gave two different analogies as far as if we go off of what we know now and then we get in position of owning everything, I don't believe, because we'll still have that same mindset. If we go with not knowing like anything that we been
Facts.
through, we just start off owning, then yes, that's a different mindset. So when she say that I'm saying black people not competent, no. If you look at these cities and if you say that black people are mayors, and then in the same sentence you say that it's people that are above them, and me working in a community where I told you I have a nonprofit organization, Men Motivated Men, where we help young kids out. Those kids have that same mindset. They believe no matter what they do, is something in place that's going to stop them. And that don't encourage kids to want to go out and pursue anything and do anything positive because they believe there's a system. Even if it is a system, for I almost cursed, I forgot. Okay, forget the system. It's going to always be things that's going to be stumbling blocks in your way. Teaching your kids, instead of teaching your kids to get over those obstacles, a lot of people teach their kids how to accept those obstacles, and I don't believe that is a good assessment. So if you look at all of these cities that black people are mayors in, you can say all day long that it's people above them. What I'm paying attention to what they are actually doing themselves. If we keep saying that they're not in position of power and all this stuff, then we're gonna always blame the YT people. And I'm starting to believe that it's easy to blame the YT people instead of black people doing the work themselves. Because when I had that mindset of I'm black, I'm not gonna be able to get this job, the white man is holding me down, I didn't try as hard. But when my grandmother instilled in me that no man is above me, no matter what color he is, no man or woman is better than me because of their skin color. And she taught me that no matter what come your way, if one door closed, you keep on pushing. And that's the mindset that I have. If you don't
Amen.
have that mindset, our people will always be in the position that we're in right now. Now, this is my last one. If you look at black people, remember I said the other day, that's different from a Negro and that's different from black people and African Americans. To me, I can't be African American because I was born in 1985. Jesse Jackson came out with this shit in 1988. Excuse me, I said okay. He came out with that in 1988. So when you go with the Negroes, but that was before Martin Luther King came along. Those Negroes just wanted to be left alone. Those Negroes was able to build a Black Wall Street 60 something years they was after they was freed. How can you build a Black Wall Street 60 something years and you had Jim Crow that was oppressing them and laws oppressing them in that time, in the crime rate amongst each other because they were still impoverished, they were still living in low income housing, whatever you may call it, and those black people didn't have nothing and they still had a sense of community. Now you have black people have all this money that we have, and we can't do nothing with it. And then on top of that, you have black people where it's the whole it's that crabs in the bucket. If I see once this, why do I gotta make if I make more money in my community and I'm start doing good in life, why do I have to move to a different community? What they'll do is they'll call you a sellout because you're not in your own community. But then if you get unalived in your community with all that money you gain, they would say that you stupid for being in that community. You should have moved out. You can't win in today's time with black people. That's why I consider myself a Negro. We need to go back to being Negroes because we didn't have that victimhood mentality and can't nobody hold the Negroes back. And if you're African American, you get held back every day and always complaining.
So I tap at the next, but real quick, let me do a mod break, cause I'm most my minds. Well, my minds is in here, but I go and got y'all. real quick if y'all can. We trying to let's get to a 10K goal real quick. If y'all can tap the screen for me. That's enough, y'all. Y'all can tap. That's in the box too. We can, if you in the box, you can tap also. Just keep on tapping, and soon I'm gonna be start looking at y'all and see how many taps y'all did, because now we can see how many taps people doing. And share to some more people real quick. I just want to see. I'm trying to see how people think about this one though. With this topic and stuff, because I believe a lot of people need to really see this topic though. That's why I even have to make a post with that one, because I feel like it's an interesting one. So I ain't seen not one share yet. That's crazy. But if y'all don't know how to share, go ahead and hold y'all finger on where my prompt is at. Hold it for 2 seconds. You'll see a list of friends pop up, and then you can just share that way, or you go to that arrow at the bottom where it say 29 shares at. Find some people. You don't care. Y'all can annoy some people, whatever. Y'all got people that y'all can share it to. Go ahead and share it to them. Couple hashtag FYPs just to have the chat down there active. Y'all can send some of the them dinies up there. I really don't care that much about the money for real, but I heard that the motion and all that stuff will keep it active, keep me stretched on this For You page also. If y'all haven't follow my YouTube, if y'all seen me or ever seen me in other lives and y'all just like what to talk about, y'all go ahead and follow my YouTube also, and I also be posting lives like this. If y'all want to hear y'all voice on this thing and like, ooh, that's how it sounded on here, y'all can go ahead and check it out on my YouTube and stuff. Just click on my page, and then you'll see the YouTube icon and follow that from there. I think I got everything. So the taps is going, the taps is going. Y'all some slow tappers though. I'm gonna start calling some names out there. People I don't see tapping. That's free. That's free though. That's free 99. But all right, I think Tabitha, she was next. Go ahead, Tabitha, and then it's
Yes,
still
sir.
open panel, y'all.
So what I'm stating is that I'm not talking about victimology. That's not what I'm talking about at all. What I'm saying is that you see these black mayors in these different areas that are basically they're over those particular areas. But the scandals that are being ran are absolutely crazy. The scandals are ridiculous. In addition to that, they are not making the best decisions that are for the community. And the reason why they're not doing that is because, like I stated, they are puppets. They're only in it for the money. Now, by me stating that, that's not victimology. That's not saying that, okay, that a black community cannot thrive. I still believe what I believe. The only way that we will be able to me, thrive as if blacks were running the world, we would have to distance ourselves from YT people. And what I'm stating is the reason why we have to do that, because their values and their views are not conducive to our values and views. Black people are the most forgiving culture out there. We forgive everybody for doing us wrong, because guess what? That's what we've been taught. We've been taught by our parents that we need to, pull up our bootstraps, and we need to work harder, and we need to fight harder, and we need to do this, and we need to do that. If you don't believe it's political, you're crazy. And the reason, and I don't mean you directly, Sean. I don't want nobody to think that I'm calling them crazy per se. But what I'm saying is you made a very important statement. We had a Black Wall Street. Who ruined that for us? The WT people. We had a whole thriving community of a thriving black community of successful businessmen and women. What did the WT people do? They flooded that entire community. That entire community is that entire community is underwater. So my thing about it is that
What happened?
oh, I'm sorry. I apologize. We have to go back to a time before colonialism. We would have to completely reprogram the next generation on the way that they are currently thinking today. Like, for example, let me just give you another example, which is a basic example. When I was growing up, if I told my mom that I hated my mom, especially out in public, my mom would beat me into the dirt. But now you can actually go into a convenience store or wherever, and you can actually see a black child talking so crazy to their mom, which is absolutely unheard of. Unheard of. But because of the fact that we are raised in a WT society by their views, by their culture, oh no, don't hit Jody, because if you hit Jody, then that's going to restrain him from being a productive person in the world. Are you serious? The fuck? So that is basically what I'm saying. I really wish I could speak more elegantly so that I could convey my opinion to everyone, but I'm really hoping that you guys are getting the gist of what I'm stating.
Right,
Like,
fast. I
and
just want
again,
to
like
add a comment
Shantae
on what you
said, look at
said, Tam.
We
Africa.
gotta let other
Oh,
people
I'm
in
sorry,
here.
Antoine. I just want to say this real quick. Look at Africa. Africa before colonialism was thriving. They were doing great. Then
No,
all
they
of a
weren't.
sudden the
What are you
WT
talking
people
about?
showed up, and this is exactly what went
Yeah,
down.
okay.
So
So the
that's
reality
all I'm
is
basically
that the
Light.
reality is
Excuse me,
that
Light. You're being
okay, you're
rude.
still gonna go.
Light.
You're still going.
You should
You're
be
still
on.
going.
You should be on mute right
I
now
should be on
because I'm
mute.
still
Is that what it
talking.
is? I should mute
Light.
myself. Yeah.
Light. I'm
Uh-huh.
still talking. Okay.
You
So
are.
with
I
that
know
being
you.
said, Light, you're still talking. Okay. So with that being said, I would like to go ahead and land. Thank y'all.
Yo, that was so disrespectful, bro. You could have
Very
just
so defensive.
let it finish.
Like he said
I
something
got
so
him out of here.
wrong.
I got him out of here. I got him out of here.
We appreciate that, Sean. I
I don't
mean,
even know what he said. I thank God for blocking my ears. I didn't hear anything that he stated.
and I just want to piggyback on what you said right fast. This is gonna coincide with what you said. One time I was fucking with Midjourney, right? It's an AI tool that makes pictures and shit based on text, right? I asked Midjourney to make me a picture of a world without racism. Do you know what it painted for me? A place with all black people. You can't make this shit up.
I'm telling you, because Antoine, we are the most forgiving people. We forgive everybody. You killed my son. I forgave
Make
you.
that
You
shit up.
kept my ancestors in slavery for over 300 years. We forgave you. We are so forgiving.
I
Yeah,
think
I agree
we're
on
not
that.
forgiving, but we know who to direct our anger towards. We're not gonna blame everybody. You know, if somebody did something, I'm gonna go to the person that did it. I'm not gonna sit here and generalize the whole community. It looked like he did.
I like to add to that too. I agree. We are forgiven. Now, I do believe religion does play a part of it because again, in the Bible it says to forgive the people that hurt us. You know, blase blase, and it's like I feel like now some of the black people they're still trying to retaliate, but again, the white T always trying to shame us and oh we this we that. But did you not see yourselves years ago? Did you not see what y'all did for no reason?
What we do?
No, I'm saying the white T people.
Like, for example, they can't even just, like they take everything and they mean something else with it. Like, for example, just even saying this woman's name with respect. It doesn't matter if you don't want to vote for her. It doesn't
I'm
matter.
over that. I'm over that. I
Yes.
like to say Kamala's name any type of way. If I want to disrespect her name, I can. You feel me? So for y'all to be so up in arms about her pronouncing her name, but not up in
It's
arms
not
about
that.
the black violence that we see in black communities, it's just crazy to me.
Miss
The way y'all
Shantae,
be like,
it's
oh no,
not.
her name is this,
Let
but
me.
y'all don't go up in arms when a black person dies due to
Yeah,
black
I'm with
violence.
Shantae on that. Kamala ain't even black. I'm with Shantae
Kamala
on that.
ain't black. I don't
Okay,
even care about her
Miss
name,
Shantae,
baby.
listen to my point. Just please, if you could, just listen to my point. It's not about Kamala. It's not about her being black. It's not about her being whatever the case
So
may
why we gotta
be.
pronounce her name right?
Miss Shantae, will you please allow me? I'm going to tell you, I promise you. So what I'm stating is that mispronouncing our names, that has been done throughout history. It is absolutely crazy. You can pronounce Freud. You can pronounce these complicated German names. And I
Schwarzenegger.
take offense. The reason why I take offense to it, because even my name of Tabitha, individuals, school teachers would refuse to pronounce my name correctly. They would call me Tabitha.
But do you think
I
every
mean,
language
or they would call me
pronounces a
They would
letter
call
the
me.
same way? Do you think
Okay,
every
can you,
language pronounces a
Shante,
letter
if you're not
the
going to allow
same
me to
way?
finish my
No, be for
statement,
real.
then there's no point in me talking.
Do you think
Because if
every
we keep
language
interrupting each other,
pronounces a
then this
letter
is
the
not going
same
to be
way?
a,
Please let one
Okay.
person talk.
Okay, she's not answering the question. Do you think every language
but you are
pronounces a
interrupting me,
letter the
Lex.
same
When
way?
you're interrupting me
I'm
because you
not. Do you
think
think
about
every
you.
language?
Okay, I'm going to go ahead and
Okay. Do you think every language pronounces a letter the same way? Why you calling it disrespect? It's just some people pronounce it differently.
okay, laugh. I just want to make sure I have an understanding of what we're doing here. We are here to have a conversation. We're not here to interrogate or to be rude or talk over each other. I just want to know, is that the case here?
Answer the question.
Is that the case here?
Answer
Okay,
the question.
let me do this. I'm going to go ahead and drop. Y'all enjoy your day.
I said she can't answer the question. She thinks that we have to pronounce her name a certain way when most languages pronounces letters different ways, right? So if we're going to be inclusive, then we're going to pronounce our A's and our M's and our A's differently to be inclusive.
If I may say something, my name is Fabulous. I agree with what you're saying because everybody cannot pronounce certain alphabets because some people have a what they call a lisp. You know, they have a problem with their tongue pronouncing certain letters. So you can't put everybody in the same category that, you know, this is what her name is and this, that, and the other. You know, okay, that's what her name is. Everybody can't say it the way it should be said because they have a problem with saying certain letters. You'll know the ones that's playing around with it versus the ones that having a hard time with saying it. So I agree with what you're saying. You can't put everybody in the same bag. If you saying it correctly, okay, then good for you. You know, but don't justify. Don't try to put that on everybody else. You know, you know, if I may say something, I don't understand what's wrong with, I'm 68 years old. I'm pretty sure I'm older than all of y'all up here. And it's a statement that she made that she said that YT people want us to push their ways on us. When I was about 15 years old, what happened was the reason why they stepped in, the reason why you can't discipline your kids is because they didn't know if you were really disciplining them because of the things that they were doing, or you was just on drugs and you was just beating them. And I remember when they put that into law, that you cannot whoop your kids because they really did not know if you were whooping them, you know, if they have done something wrong or you were whooping them because you didn't have your stuff for that day. And when they put that in the law, that's when the kids started being more unruly. They'll tell you, if you put your hands on me, I'm gonna call the police. And they just really started getting out of hand because they knew that they could not be disciplined or get whooped anymore. So that's when the YT people stepped in and started pushing their way. No, you can't spank your kids. No, you can't do this and you can't do that. That's when that took place, you know. And ever since they put that in place like that, who been doing things to the kids? Adults, black men. They figure if your parents didn't discipline you and couldn't discipline you, then that's when the more of the unaliving started happening, more so. See, I remember all of that was happening. And I think that black people, instead of, I mean, I know the YT people have done their bit. They have done their bit and then some. But they're looking at us because we can't even get along with one another. We point the finger at each other all the time. Now, Kamala is Kamala. How black people are turning out for her and voting for her, How come they can't do that for their own neighborhoods? How come they can't do that for their own communities and neighborhoods and turn out like that and stop this black on black crime and mothers grieving? I don't understand. I don't understand it. That's kind of twisted to me. They will turn out for something like that, but then when it comes to their own community, everybody pull the shade down and close the door. I don't see nothing. I don't know nothing. I don't hear nothing.
What vote has Kamala got? She didn't get voted in by a primary. So what vote has she currently got? She has no votes.
Myself, I
No
don't care
votes.
what color. I don't care what color she is. She
Who
can be a
voted for
rainbow.
her?
She can be
Nobody.
rainbow if she wants to. I don't care.
Only
My
person that
thing
has
is,
endorsed her is
you gonna
Biden.
make my life better? Are you gonna make the economy better? Are you gonna make anything better? I don't. A gorilla can get up there
But
as
you just
long
said we
as
were voting for her. We not voting for her. Nobody voted for her. Do anybody on the panel believe they voted for Kamala as the presidential running mate for the Democratic Party? Has y'all voted for her? There was no primary.
I mean, the entire presidency ain't nothing but a reality show because they don't really
I
make
don't know
decisions.
how we end up talking
Yeah.
about
You said
presidency.
we
So
But I
voted
want
for
to
her.
address
that's
something
crazy.
Fabulous said. If it's cool, she talked about what the hell did she just say? Well, anyway, Tabitha was talking about how Black Wall Street was bombed by white tea people and other things. You got to remember that was a group of white tea people, and maybe they were with the power structure. But whenever Black culture improves anything, all cultures benefit from it. White people was buying stuff from Black Wall Street when the Moors civilized Europe and taught people about bathing and how to farm and how to corral their animals. We went around the world passing out knowledge, and people was grateful. It wasn't no hate. They still got Black messiahs hanging up in Europe, Black Christ and stuff. They hide it, but it's been there. So our culture has been known to teach and not really oppress as much. Of course, everybody had been enslaved and killed and unalived and stuff like that. That's human nature. But on the whole, when we had the ball, we was rocking with it.
Mm-hmm.
Hey, could you tell me when you had the ball?
and what happened when
When
they had the
when the
ball?
Moors brought it in and out of the dark ages.
No, okay. First off, the Moors were not sub-Saharan Africans, so let's just stop that BS.
You don't think
Were they black? Were they black?
Ever been
Were they
No, they
black?
weren't black. They weren't
They,
black. They
they,
were
they,
European and
they weren't
Arab.
melanated because the term black just came up in the
All
1500s
right,
anyway.
melanated. Hey,
So
listen, me as a white man has melanation. What do you mean by
you
melanation?
know what I mean. Quit splitting hairs and starting stuff.
No, I'm just trying to like talk honestly with you guys you're all delusional. I'm like, hey, listen, let's
Yeah, you gaslighting, bro. Go ahead and say what you want about the topic.
no, so let's talk honestly and openly about this idea that black people could even run the world, which is laughable right now.
Hey, bro, I gotta go. I don't be on here with trolls and agents.
Yeah, matter of fact,
let's
hold on. Let's
entertain
do that
it.
though, real quick. So what is your
Yeah,
take on this though? What happened to my
this
man? What?
okay. This is my take.
So
I think white people have become way too nice to their dolls, their pets, and all these things, and they think they can do whatever they want, and they can be just like white people. But guess what? At the end of the day, the way I see it, and white people realize this too, after hundreds of years of just saying, "Hey, listen, I wish you guys the best," they realize you cannot be the best. You are what you are. You're not like us.
Who's a doll and who's a
Well,
book?
if we're not like your guys, okay, well then why? 'Cause my mother came up in slavery, babysitting YT people kids. If you
Wait,
feel that way, well then why did you guys need us to take care of your kids and raise you? You can sit there and eat beans and cornbread just as better than we do, because who you think was doing your cooking? Who do you think was doing your
So
cooking?
hold on a second. So for some reason you equate success to over seasoning your food and taking care of children, right? When you can't even take care of your own children within the ghetto or the hoods you live in,
Who
right?
not taking care of their kids?
Who ain't
That's
taking care of
awesome.
their kids?
Oh, listen, the whole entire black community as a
I
whole.
think
Oh
what you're saying
no,
is
that's
really
Well, let me
ignorant. I
tell
think
you
what you're
this.
saying is
Okay, well, let me
ignorant.
tell you this. Okay, well, then what culture was that person that went into Colorado and did that school the way it did?
Okay, sure.
Were you
You can
doing a
cherry
abortion
pick
test?
where. Hold on. The
Who
truth
did
kind of
that?
hurts, right? Hey, listen. You can pick and choose small examples of like white people doing crazy things, but hey, listen. I can get on Twitter and I can pull up 1,000 things today that you did stupid as a community.
We can do the same thing with you, sir. First of all, you're really
Go
wrong
ahead.
because at the end of the day, you're using stereotypes. That's not true.
That's a
And
lie.
then you
That's a
have many
lie.
lists
I
of
guess
the
we ain't getting
not
nowhere.
racist school shootings.
All right, that's cool. Yeah, I
The
don't know.
black
Y'all
people is
falling for
YT
this stuff
people, so I don't
anyway,
know what
though.
he's
But
talking about.
yeah,
They just
he
talking
just throwing it
crazy.
up, throwing us off. That's cool.
Yeah, well, he didn't like what I said.
Okay,
I
can
don't
I
know what
answer Shantae question because they coming up here talking out
Go
of
ahead.
turn? Like, wait your turn. Like, didn't nobody tell you to talk?
Yeah.
Like, okay, like, cause Shantae was asking us, like, well, I don't know if I'm saying your name right.
Live is delusional. You said live is in delusion. Why did you come in here then? That's delusional to come up just for
Like,
coming. That don't make sense. But I
He
say I'll help
mad. He
y'all,
ain't
brothers.
really
I'll
want
help
no
y'all.
smoke.
like, okay, like, so, Shantae was
Help 'em up.
asking us, like, did anybody vote for Kamala or whatever? I mean, like, I don't even know how it got. Like Kev said, like, to be honest, like, I don't even know how it got on, like,
He said
voting.
that we voted for people like this, right? He was talking about politics, right? And then he said black people voted for Kamala. And I was like, did we really even vote for her? She got no votes. Like, we didn't have a primary. The primary that we did have, we voted for Biden, and then he dropped out and he nominated her. And then they said some private delegates put her in place. It's like we never really had a say in her being the presidential nominee. Like, we had no say in that. She got no votes.
Exactly. Like, well, me personally, like, well, like, I don't talk about politics. Well, I don't know, like, especially on, like, TikTok, Instagram, Facebook, like, just on social media, period, because people, like, well, because I feel like people gonna try to, like try to label you as this person, like, if you vote, like, based on who you vote for, like, Kamala, Trump, like, I mean, because I don't care who nobody vote for, but I don't know, because I feel like Kamala, like, she didn't even do nothing as a vice president, so, but she's talking about, like, but she's talking about that she's trying to do stuff. I don't know.
And then she can't even say that Biden is not racist, right? Because you're literally the VP. He said he's mentally incapacitated. He can't do it, but he won't step down from office and let you be president, right? And you can't even ask this man for a favor to do nothing. You talk about when I become president, this is what I'm gonna do. Why he can't help you out right now? Y'all partners, like, what? It's so crazy.
Really, yeah. Like, to be honest,
I be like, Biden, give me this solid. My women folk want this done. You president right now. I'm VP. Hey, you know me. But she can't even ask that man for a favor, so it just makes Biden look even more racist.
yeah, like, I don't know. I don't care I don't care who nobody vote for. I don't know why they came up bringing up Kamala. Like, vote for who you want to vote for, but yeah. But all I know is Trump. Like, he's talking about some ignorant stuff. Like, I don't know, both of them. Like, Kamala didn't do nothing as vice president. She's talking about the things that she want to change, but I don't know. We gonna see.
That's all we can do is wait and see what's going to happen. Regardless of who gets up there, it's like, my thing is this: whoever gets up there, I'ma still keep me an extra bag of beans and an extra bag of potatoes in there myself so I can eat. Because at the end of the day, regardless of who gets up there, you still have to know how to survive, and you have to always result back. You know where you come from. We all come from something of knowing how to survive, regardless of who gets up there. If they make our life better, okay, but you still got the result to knowing how to survive, regardless of who gets up there.
Exactly, Fabulous. And, like, And like then also when Kamila talking about something that she washed her greens in the bathtub, like who eating that? Like I don't know why she said that.
Why
I
she say
don't know
what?
why. I don't know why she said that, but you know, I consider myself an old crow.
And that YT guy ran everybody up out of here. There's like 3 people dropped.
You know, and when you on, and I used to get mad at my mother. I used to say, "Mama, why is you peeping out through that window?" And she said, and she told me this. She said, "The reason why I peep," she said, "because you be surprised what you see that people think you don't see." And that's what I'm sitting back here doing. I'm looking at both of them and listening to what both of them are saying.
And what do you see?
I'm gonna tell you what I see. What I see is there is something shady about her. There is really something shady about her.
Mm-hmm.
You know, and I don't know what it is. She really ain't showed that hand yet. See,
I think she has shown her hand. I think she showed all of her damn hand.
That's weird
She
though.
hasn't
I'm talking
showed
about
that
what.
hand.
I'm wondering what president haven't had nothing shady about them though. That's why I don't get that. It's like I feel like we more
What?
heavier than on our own people than.
It don't have nothing
Weird.
to do with it. Doesn't have anything to do with her being black. I mean, you know,
If Trump had a record like Kamala.
I don't know. We've been saying that lately, like heavy, and I'm like every president since I've been around has always been shady or horrible or something like that. So I don't get what's
if
different.
Trump
You know,
had
if you pick who you gonna pick, just pick who you pick. I just never understood like shadiness. That's been
if Trump
always
had a
around.
record like
That's nothing
Kamala
new.
though, of locking black people up, not only black men for whatever we charges, but also black women for truancy, and then putting black kids in foster care. Like Trump had that record, he wouldn't be able to live it down. So for black people to be like, oh, that's no big deal all of a sudden because it's coming from Kamala Harris, who is really not a black woman.
Yeah, I don't
It's
trust none of
crazy.
them. I don't trust none of them. Like I said, I'm kind of like Nay. I don't care about this stuff for real, man. Everybody trying to make a deep argument and act like they know these people. Nobody know these people for real. But the fact that that's why I don't be in none of them debates. I just really don't be in none of them debates because I be feeling like, whoever be in this stuff, I'll be like, what the heck? Like, it's really that serious? Like, I don't know what's going on. Anybody get changed as soon as they get in that office, either side. So it's just really a gamble. That's why my faith in God. I don't be caring about these other human beings, low key.
Exactly. Like they be
there. But the thing is, some of us do care about the other human beings, right? And so when we go out of our way, right, to like push to be a leader in our community, we care about other people. Even if you don't, we understand that other people aren't going to care about every human, but some of us do. When we go out of our way and then you cast us down like, oh, politics ain't that big. It is big because, like I said, we're a community. We have to live amongst ourselves. We have to pay taxes. We have to make sure we have civil societies. We have to do a lot of stuff to make sure that people aren't, unaliving each other, So we try to make it as convenient and affordable as possible. And so when people cast it down, it's kind of crazy.
Yeah, but like,
because if people were starving their kids out here, you'd be like, somebody should do something, right? And then when we do something, y'all be mad.
Yeah, well, we ain't gonna get saved by no presidents. I don't know where we getting that from. It's never been like that ever since. So, like I said, I've been on this earth for like 34 years, so ain't nothing really kind of changed on that. So this stuff is not new. Just to think that you think another human being is gonna save your life, that's crazy. All we can do is try to make the best selection we can. That's all that's what I mean. That's why it's best to at least vote. I at least say that. At least you say you tried. But shoot, most times we may be wrong, we might be right. But to act like or be gullible towards another human being like they can't change, that's crazy. So me myself, I just don't get trapped in stuff like that, because people could say anything to get to where like even our own kind do that. Oh no, all of us do that. A lot of us do that. Make what they say, fake it till you make it. that's always been around. So just to act like that because somebody said something and they gonna live up to what they say. I still haven't met a president yet, that lived up to everything that they said they were gonna do and did every last thing. They probably did a lot of what they think, or maybe some, but no. Everybody gonna say what they can to get in
Like,
their
but I just
office.
don't get like why people get on like TikTok and stuff and all these social media apps talking about like president stuff. Like vote who you want to vote for, and like why are you doing it for? Like, are you trying to like make up in your mind like who this person are, like based on who they voting for, or like what? Like, it don't matter.
I think
People just
people
like
are
arguing.
voting for
People just like arguing. That's
policies,
all it is.
like what their convictions are. So, like me personally, I don't support abortions because I support life. I don't want people unaliving their children. I don't want people ending life way too early. I don't feel like people should have the right to dictate who gets to live and who gets to die. So that policy, that conviction alone is why I vote. I don't know why other people vote, but some of us are voting for convictions.
Can I tell you guys something? I'm 68 years old and I have never voted for nobody because I rely on God in order to survive, regardless of who gets up there. I ain't never voted for no one. And that's the truth. I've never voted for nobody because at the end of the day and night, whoever's going to get up there is going to get up there, but it's not going to change my mindset on knowing how to survive and using my common sense.
Right.
And that's just...
The whole thing is there's no taxation without representation. So they take taxes out of your check every time you get paid. So those taxes mean you have a voice in our government. You get to decide how that tax money should be spent. And when you say, "Hey, I'm not going to vote. I'm not going to do this. I'm not going to vote for people that have my like interests," then they get to spend that tax money however they want. And right now we currently see people sending $80 billion to Ukraine, even though our American citizens are homeless. So you know what I'm saying? Like, voting, it matters in a sense economically. You know what I'm saying?
I told my mother that.
Yeah, I'm still gonna vote. It's just I look how I am. Well, I'm not. I kind of opposite way. She said she not voting, and she put. I'm voting, and I still put my faith in God. It's like regardless, because whoever get in, maybe I'll vote and they still don't get it. It is what it is. Like, I just believe everything happens for a reason anyways. But it's just, I don't put my, the difference with me, I don't put my whole everything into another man. And I'm going to figure out how to live this lifestyle no matter what. Even like no matter how, even like how we claim our ancestors was, I'm the person that I'm going to try to do what I can to make it in life. Yeah. Some people just give up. But I just don't myself, I don't put my trust in men. That's just what I don't do, just because somebody say it, because I'm not gullible like that. I don't just be like, well, they said that and I know that's going to happen. No, seeing is believing in my book. So, I don't count my eggs. I don't count my chickens before they hatch. That's just me.
Right. You don't count your chickens before they hatch. That's exactly right. You're a very wise man.
But that makes you seem pessimistic, Kev. And then you ask questions that are very optimistic.
What they come up with pessimistic when I say that I got my faith in God no matter what happens?
Count your chickens before they hatch because you believe that things are going to go on a downturn, right? And then you ask questions as if you're optimistic, as if people can be better.
Wait, no, say the other part again because you're saying it so fast.
I don't count my chickens
what's the
before they hatch. Because you have this principle that things may and can take a downturn, correct? People can't be.
Yeah, that's called reality. Reality, right? Yeah, exactly. I never said nothing bad.
Questions as if you are optimistic, as if people can be better, right? So we have to go for hope and potential, or are we gonna say, hey, that these people are just the way they are, and we're gonna cast them to the side?
Dang, I can tell you didn't hear nothing I said though. I said no matter what the decision is, right? We're going to still make it no matter what, which is still an optimistic talking point. I'm not going to say we failed. That's still talking hope. That's still hope no matter what. So I don't know. You must have took out a part that I said, but I literally said, that's why I said right before you even just said that, I literally said no matter what the decision is, because I said I'm the opposite of her. I said I am voting, but whoever they pick, I'm not going to just lose my whole life like it's the end of the world. No, I said it's not. It's the opposite way. I said, well, we're gonna still figure a way out.
Right.
That's what I said.
Based on hope.
I literally just said that. And that's straight optimistic. I would think that, or do I gotta I don't get what I gotta say on that one though. But you know, I think anybody else was like, "Oh, it's the end of the world." That's the people that's pessimistic. I never said nothing like that.
I agree.
Yeah. But all right, we got it because this time is flying. We got to get to these questions. So we almost yeah, because I don't know, everybody done dropped out. I don't
Let
know
me
what
hit it with
happened
a
though. What
mod
it is,
break
what it
real
is.
quick, Kev. Let's get some tabs going and stuff.
Go ahead, for sure, for sure.
I'm not here for this panel. I'm not here for the topic. This isn't my place, not my topic to join in on. But I am here as a mod for Kev, and I just wanted to swing in and say, please be tapping the live, share, like, do all the above. If you have a spare coin, go ahead and click that little orange heart by Kevin's name, and you can join the team. Yay, we're the best team on TikTok. Secondly, Kevin also has a YouTube where he posts recaps, and you might see yourself, you might be famous. Please go subscribe there. Kev doesn't care about the gifts, but I care about the gifts for Kev. So if you have some, man, I got a break in my mod break. Go ahead and share some gifts to the panel and to Kev. And if you want more people to engage in this, please share. Unfortunately, that ignorant fellow kind of scares some people away. And I'm telling y'all, as a YT woman, I do not condone that. And that was very inappropriate and ignorant, and I apologize on behalf of the YT community. But back to the prompt, Kev, it is to you, sir.
Let's go. Good job. Thank you. All right, so let's start with Fabulous and up, and then do you believe we didn't even get to? That's crazy. We didn't even get to the first prompt. Do you believe black people are ready today for that? For basically to own the world. Do you believe we're ready for that?
No, I don't.
Why not?
Because they don't know. I mean, because right now we need to learn how to get along with one another.
Facts.
We need to learn how to get along with one another. I'm pretty, everybody has their differences, true enough. Everybody have their differences, but we at least should have a conversations about what that difference is, instead of as soon as you're mad at somebody, you want to unalive them, and when we start learning how to communicate with each other a lot better and take that word jealousy and envy out of the vocabulary, then maybe, we'll be able to get to that point. That person got a quarter. Well, I want the whole quarter. I want half the quarter. Because it's enough for everybody to go around. And no, I don't think that we're ready for nothing like that.
Okay. What you got for
I
us,
think we
Shantae?
are ready. I think we've been ready since Frederick Douglass, when he showed us how diplomacy works, how we can establish our rights and our freedoms through diplomacy. And that we are just as intelligent as any other human in the world. I think we've been ready to leave the world.
Oh, okay. What you got, Nay? So scroll up, hold up. Gotcha. Shantae can go all the questions. I'll go last. Oh, okay, through all the questions. Okay, cool. Shantae, let's get to your favorite one, man. You can get to the next prompt.
Okay.
What do Black Lives Matter really mean, and why yell Black Power and act powerless at the same
Okay, so
time?
I think Black Lives Matter means you care about Black life. You care about Black people living, being able to live, having a long life, longevity, whatever. You feel me? So, saying that, I don't think we should support any policies that end our lives too soon, right? So it's kind of odd Okay, so that's why I don't support abortion. It's like, but people will say that's a black issue. They'll be like, what, black women are speaking out. No, black women shouldn't be unaliving their own children. That's how I look at it, right? Because I'm Black Lives Matter, so we got to protect black life, right? And so I also push back on the idea that black people are oppressed, especially in America. We can't sit here and yell that we have black power and then act powerless. It's crazy, right?
Well, Black Lives Matter, not when they say Black Lives Matter, let me get this out right. When the YT people end up unaliving us, they say Black Lives Matter. But it also matters amongst us as well. They don't have no business doing it, and we don't have no business doing it to each other. Because if we're going to set an example to these YT people not to unalive our kids and us, then we need to start with us, because that's where the power lies. The power lies with us, okay? Because you mean what you say, and you say what you mean, even when it comes to what they're doing, because they look at us every time that they do something, then we step up to the plate. You can't do that. But they looking at what we're doing as a joke to them. We're a joke to them. Okay, when we do that, y'all want to step up and say, oh, y'all can't do that, because we unalive your people. But then they're looking at us. Y'all unaliving your own people. And that's why they don't take us serious. And they going from one to the other. And they'll do it over and over again, because we don't mean what we say. We only mean what we say when they do it, okay? And if you're going to sit there and call a spade, then call it straight across the board, okay? Don't do that to each other. And that's where we unite, okay? Because we are more powerful when we stick together and don't do it to each other. And that lets them know you can't do it either. That's all I have to say with that one.
And that's a fact. That's the only way we can unite, if we stand on certain principle. We can't sit here if we look at what's going on right now. We have people getting high positions, and then they actively work against the black community, right? So it's just like, they're not. What are they standing for? It's crazy.
I think overall, I guess just to jump it up a little bit, but overall, I think that they just, and that's what a lot of people I noticed, they like speaking on things just to sound good in front of everybody. That's all it is. Just like, even that's what is wild. Even with that Black Power thing, they just want to say it to sound. And I believe at one point, right? I think it had deep meaning to it. It was to motivate, to let us know that we can do it. You know what I'm saying? But now, if anybody's saying that today, that's like the fakest thing ever, because we act too weak now. We sit here, got to cry about every last little thing, and hey, I don't got the right for this, and we got the right, and why you hurt my feelings, and why y'all saying stuff like that. So that is the Black Power. Get the heck out of here. There ain't no Black Power behind that. That sounds like black weakness, flat out. You know what I'm saying? So, like, if it's either you got to pick one or the other. You can't just keep on yelling something now that you're not living up. Just like these, some of these fake churches, a lot of them not living up what they preaching. We doing that same thing that we do when our parents do. Do as I say, not as I do. Hypocrite. You telling people to do things that you're not, or you're speaking on things that you're not even trying to live up. And that's the whole point I'm getting to on that one, though. Because a lot of people like doing that stuff. They like saying, I'm changing, I'm a better person, all that stuff. But you riding every time I hear you on every last panel, or I see you on every last, television show. All this stuff, people just be saying stuff and don't be living it. You know what I'm saying? So,
and I see what you see, because it's like, it's the people that's crying about this oppression, this, this racial hierarchy, as they say, it's like they are living the most cushiest lives, the most privileged lives, you know. They're married, they say they have
Preach.
husbands and everything, like everything's going right. But they just white supremacy is real. So it's like, why how did you make it? It's the question I be getting, you know, really wanted to ask. Like if it was such a hard task, how did you manage, you know? But it's like, honey, when you ask those questions, they get offended and they shut down. So
Yeah, because people don't believe what they don't stand on what they speak on. That's just all that is. That's why I like asking questions. You know what I'm saying? Because a lot of people may say some stuff. Just like I said, everybody just likes sounding good. We put on images. This was the world based off of his image more than character, right? And then when you get challenged on your character or challenged on what you deeply think you believe in, the next minute that's when you start seeing people start throwing insults and all this stuff because they don't know how to answer it. I get it's a defense mechanism and people is not used to get a challenge. If I was younger and all that other stuff, like I can get it because I didn't know no comebacks or I didn't know what to say. I just spoke on stuff because I heard it. You know, I remember one time somebody was like, "Man, what do that mean?" Then you keep saying you don't like it. What did that mean? I got stuck. You know, I'm like, "Dang, what the heck?" I am just speaking on stuff. So that's why, even with me myself, before I speak on a lot of things, I try to ask myself the question like, dang, okay, when does somebody do ask this? And then I gotta, I challenge myself before I do it. You know what I'm saying? So, and then even now, like some stuff I may speak on, and I'm okay because I'm not ego driven, right? I'm not prideful. You know, if I have to change something or I may have been wrong, which a lot of people don't like to say, I was wrong. You know, people can't say that burns them because everybody like to be top dog. I'm the know-it-all and all this other stuff. And that's why I said people be saying that I'm not perfect and all this stuff, but then when they get challenged by their imperfectness, then it's a whole nother thing. But boy, yeah, that's something deep. Like I said, people just like the sound good. It's all about sounding and putting that image on. That's all it really is.
Cause as a social worker, I think I see both sides. So I see people who are in need, and then I'm also like, I have college friends who have made it and are very successful, and to see them crying about oppression because somebody was friendly to them in a supermarket, you know, and then I get to see people who really go through stuff, you know, it's like, are y'all in touch with reality? Is people touching grass for real? Like, I don't think people are touching grass anymore. Like, this is crazy.
Yeah. They only oppress themselves. That's all it really is. When I make a stupid decision, now I'm oppressed. But you were just free. Live free. I get to do what I want. Like, make your mind up. One of them you can do what you want, and the other one now you say you can't do what you want. Like, I don't get it. Like, people are just so funny. They just I'm just making myself. That's why I'm on here, man. I swear. This is why I'm on here, man. There's so many people that just get away with saying so much silly stuff. You know, and then the more I'm on here, I'm learning to, be a little bit more tolerant on some things and less tolerant to other things. You know, some stuff is just, that's why I even kicked my mans out early, because it's like some of this stuff, I'm not with the argument stuff no more. You know, when I first started this app, I felt, but I just can't do it no more because it's like, if I want to become a better person, and I realize there's so many miserable people on here that just trying to find an outlet just to yell at somebody and not really become better. I'm like, I ain't got time for that. I'm not about to be your punching bag. I just can't do that. If you mad, then go to therapy. Do whatever you need to do, but this ain't it. You're just gonna keep staying mad, doing the same exact thing, letting a year go past, keep wondering why you can't find the person you want to find, because most people want relationships. Or the one people that don't want relationship because they got hurt by it before. You know what I'm saying? But now they trying to switch it up and it ain't for everybody and all this other stuff. But your legs is opening every last second though. That don't make sense. So you saying that now because you get to get your back. What's Nate say all the time? Get your back blew out or something. I forgot she saying though. But they get to keep doing that though. They keep getting the free of. Some people get the protection. Some people still getting all these things. They still get these things and they get to keep yelling. Well, I don't believe in marriage. I don't believe. Now you don't believe in, but you're doing the things that belong in it. You know what I'm saying? Oh, who said it belong? Well, it's obvious life showing it. Because y'all when y'all sit here and do it out of wedlock, then you talking about oh baby daddy this and mama baby mama baby. You know what I'm saying? Now you want to yell about that. So it's obvious it was meant to be together. A child wasn't here meant to be one parent. Flat out. What the heck? It never took one to make it. But now they keep coming up with some weird stuff more and more every day. Now they got the diverse talking about we can make a baby by ourselves. What the heck? Do it now. I don't see you doing that. Y'all keep talking. Let me see you do it now. And don't do it with I'm not just trying to be clean. But don't do it with the extra science stuff. You know, like, why take scientific stuff for you to birth something if it's natural? You know what I'm saying? But that's people tamper with nature. You know, but oh boy, y'all, I swear y'all gonna give me the
You be going in, honey.
boy. I got some work to do on here, I swear. but
It's a bunch of sexy reds mad about Drake's. Like, when you lie to yourself and then get mad when a man lie, the same way you be lying to yourself. You know? Like, how? Hate Kevin Samuels be wanting a Drake and then get mad at Drake for lying. How?
Dog, right. Yeah, say that name a few times. I love it. You know, that's so funny. That's why I talk about him regardless, because I stand with my mans. I don't care what people be talking about. I mess with Kevin Samuels. He was a hard pill when I first took it. I was confused in a couple times, but I seen his growth though. I seen he was a little bit more patient. But I didn't like when I first started seeing him. He was like, "This is my show," and he was cutting people. I'm like, bro, let them challenge you a little bit. But later down the line, he was being more patient. Yeah, well, I say, yeah, you seen it too, right? Because I was like, man, he used to irritate my soul. But he was a new talk. I just was not used to it because I grew up in the world of men pandering. They taught us that. You know what I'm saying? And some men are still stuck in it to this day. They stuck in that stuff. They like, nah, you're not supposed to talk to a woman like that. Don't hold them accountable. They've been going through too many things and all that stuff. But you realize the stuff that they're going through was off their own decisions. You know what I'm saying? These things, even with that being tricked thing, right? Our parents already told, a lot of our parents told us what not to do. Don't go to this party. Don't do this thing. And then we was being rebellious. And then we want to say, no, it wasn't. No, I mean, I can get it. Some of the parents may not know the tools and stuff. And some of them is actually, you know, might not teach you different things though. But, you know, a lot of people was a trick. We got warned before we did a lot of these things though. And we tried it and we thought we can change this person. And we listened to the slick game they gave us. And then we got this so-called thing trick now. Nah, it's trick now. You know what I'm saying? But then, like, how many times do you get tricked? You don't keep getting. You're supposed to learn that one time, but you got tricked three more times. That makes no sense. You just that weak then. Like that go back to you yourself again. It's no way. But
my mother, she came from the South, and they didn't talk about having kids during her day. And she ended up getting pregnant at the age of 13 years old. And when my mother had 8 children, and she had girls and a couple of boys. And when she learned from her mistakes, and she taught it to her girls, okay? All my sisters got married, and they didn't have their first kids till they was well off in their 20s. And I had my kid at the age of 25, and I was married. And her philosophy was that she did not let us wear promiscuous clothes. That was a no-no. We dressed very modest, and she said, when you wear promiscuous clothes, she said, you're asking for something. And she said, what you asking for, you're gonna get. And when we sat down, and she taught us girls, when we sat down with our legs closed, and we had to pull the dress down and sit there with our legs closed, okay, all the time. And it actually comes from home. It comes from home. The mother is, if she has any raisins at all, or even if she learned from her mistakes, she should teach her girls what to do, you know, because anytime you have relations, of course, you're gonna end up getting pregnant. Yeah, you're gonna have a baby, you know. And it starts from home. That's where it starts from. Everything to become a productive adult in the world starts from home. If I'm giving account to, maybe some parents wasn't taught, so they did not know how to teach their kids. I give that into account. But if you was raised up from a grandmother and that grandmother instilled that Bible in you, it says, he said, I'll be a mother for the motherless and a father for the fatherless. You can't expect for the streets to teach you anything that is durable for your life, because the streets itself don't know. It's like the streets is nothing but wild weeds growing up all over the place. And anybody that thinks the streets have something to offer, yeah, it does. Destruction. You have to find a mentor that you have to know how to use your common sense and learn how to talk to a mentor that can mentor you. Because if you're not mentored, then you're not going to know what to do. And not saying all the girls, but keep your legs closed. Because I'm totally against the AB. I don't believe in it unless it has something to do with the R, incest and all of the other stuff, and then I don't even know if I believe it then, because back in the South, they talk about skeletons in closet, where you have Southern people that come from Southern families that do have skeletons in their closet that pertains to that. In this generation here, no incest, they want to abort the babies in the whole 9 yards. Okay, then that's on them. But my thing is this: a woman should mess up her body because that is your temple. Don't give it away. Don't get that away, because you don't know how long the good Lord going to permit you to stay here on this earth. And you don't want to sit here and give your body away just to anybody who just don't deserve it. They don't deserve that. That's sacred. That is sacred. Your body is sacred. A woman's body is sacred. You don't just give that to know any man. A man is going to be a man. That's what I was taught. A man going to be a man. He can go out there all day long. But guess what they're going to call him? A man. You go around and do what you see that, well, I'm mad at him. If he can do it, I can do it. When you get through sitting up there trying to make him mad and do what he doing, what is your name going to change to? See, us women, we get all kinds of names thrown at us, and he still remains to be a man.
Exactly, Fabulous. But they end up getting called 304s. I mean, I can't say the word on TikTok. But yeah, that's what they get called. And then they be mad, when guys sitting there calling you a 304, but you sitting there doing stuff with everybody. But like I said, like Kev was saying, you get your bad beat out.
But some women are weak. Some women are weak. Some women are weak. Instead of, sometimes when you fall in love, and you're young, you fall in love with your mind. And you don't let your heart lead you, because if you're in love, you will let your heart lead and guide you. You got to know how to separate the two. When you fall in love with your mind, that means you're falling in love and using some senses with it. You're using some sense. So if a man cheats on you constantly, you got to grow up and walk away instead of going out there trying to get him back, because you destroying yourself, because he gonna do what he gonna do, but don't destroy yourself. And then when you get through destroying yourself, you may meet this guy who really want to be with you and want to marry you. But then I was always told, then what you gonna have to offer him after you done sit up here and let this one beat you down? What you got to offer him? Nothing. And then you get mad because he done moved on and done found him a woman. He done settled down and married her because she wasn't beat down. See, women don't think. They're not using their head up there. You'll never be able to do what a man can do. Never. Even if they do the other part, you still won't ever be able to do what a man can do. I don't care what they come up with this transformer stuff and all this kind of stuff. You was born what you was born with, and that's that. You will never be able to do what a man can do. A woman is a woman. I mean, I'm not against it. If that's what you want to do, to each his own. But a man is a man and a woman is a woman. I don't care how they trying to sit there and take transformers and think you can turn into a man today and transform into a woman tomorrow. That's all movie stuff.
Exactly. Like, but they get they back beat out. Like you can't really see nothing. Like but also yeah, like they try to do like what men do, like with the cheating and stuff. Like we trying to cheat back, like oh girl, he cheat on you, you better cheat on him back. Like no, you cheat on me, I'm gone. Like ain't no cheating back.
I was a nurse for 20 something years. I retired. I never seen so many young women was in the hospital having hysterectomies.
Huh?
I never seen that in my life. I saw so many young girls, not because some of them was in there because they had natural problems, you know, so some of them had problems, and the majority of them was in there because they had been messing around and messed themselves up, and they had to end up having a history. I never saw nothing like that in my life. From 16 on up.
Wow. That's a reality check right there. Let's go.
And I never, I'm telling you, I worked at Cedars-Sinai Hospital, and I saw plenty of young women in there, and I used to feel so bad. I said, don't these young women know? That's why the Bible states what it states in there, okay? And I'm gonna put it this way, just to be clean about it. All men is different. All men are different, okay? And when a woman is sitting up there doing that to herself, she's making herself a gate, if you know what I mean. And that's a reality check.
Basically,
and they think that, and they glorifying that, and then they glorifying that, and
right.
that is not nothing to sit there and glorify. And then they want to get mad at these men because they go to different cultures, or they go to, it's like, wait a minute, why is he with her? You know why they end up and get these women as quiet as it kept? Because them women that they with kept their culture, they kept their teachings, they kept the way they were supposed to be raised. That's why they go to those women. Those women know how to see us black women, not myself, because I was taught how to be a wife. You get groomed from the mother, knowing how to be a wife and a mother and take care of your kid. But some of the black women today, they don't want to cook, they don't want to clean, they don't want to do nothing. But they expect for him to sit there and bring his whole check and give it to her.
What she's saying is you ain't gotta get ready if you stay ready. You know, you keep yourself up. You don't have to go settle for less, because people are gonna acknowledge, you know, well-kept women.
The first woman in a man's life is his mother. The first woman in a man's life is his mother, okay? And if he came from a mother who cooked and cleaned and kept everything together, he's not looking for a wife like a mother. He's looking for a wife who was groomed in all those areas.
All those from birth.
In all those areas. He's going to put his money where that woman is taking care of everything. And these women today, they don't want to, they can't cook, they won't. I've heard that from men themselves.
And I see women like that, and it's like, they so uncultured. It's like, you know, but they still want attention. They still seek attention. And it's just like they don't want to kind of step up to be.
No, they won't cook. They don't want to. They don't want to clean. And they if they got kids, the man paying attention to how they taking care of their kids. And if you take care of your kids in a messed up way, then he looking at the fact of, then what you gonna do for me? You gonna keep the house up, or what are you gonna do? I don't know what's wrong with some of these women today. All they care about is they weaves, they nails, and how they supposed to look. Never not thinking the fact that they gonna get old one day. Okay, they want that man to sit up there and spend his money on that, on that. And I talk to men all day long. I talk to them all day long. And you know what? One day, you women should sit up and just talk to men. What do they want out of a woman? And you'd be surprised what they'll tell you. They'll tell you what they want out of a woman. But a man gonna be a man. If he can talk you into whatever it is he gonna talk you into, that's on you. It's not on them. It's on you.
How you're saying it is like, it's my grandma taught me this. Like, I was raised with my grandma, so she was very very blunt, very, very honest, very like, I'm gonna give it to you how it was. I needed it given it to me type of time, So she's very honest. But it's like, if you look at any new age mothers, they're not talking to their children like that. It's a whole different language. It's a whole different, because how you're saying it is, yeah, you're right, but it's like, it comes off as harsh to a lot of new age people, Gen Z, Gen X, or whatever.
Old fashioned. You old fashioned. They're not doing that during this time. That's the whole fact. They did that back. Honey, believe me. I've heard it all. They did that back there during your time. We're not doing that today, and this, that, and the other. And I be saying to myself, no, they're not doing that today, and that's why a lot of them is all messed up, and they sitting up there holding it in their hand and running to the doctor and the whole 9 yards. So they're doing it
that's
their
the
way.
thing. We had more results when our grandparents was giving it to us raw, as opposed to, this gentle parenting thing now, where people just encourage people to do whatever. So we had more regulation and more success when we were just being honest, So I'm not even mad at Fabulous. She sounds just like my grandma. My grandma was a very wholesome woman, and she got a lot done during her lifetime, So the results matter.
In the Bible, it says the truth will be a lie, and a lie will be the truth. And people are so twisted. They're twisted. Okay, because they will believe a lie before they will believe the truth. You tell them the truth, they want to go off, they want to beat you up, they want to unalive you. People get bent out of shape behind a word.
Because the lie feel good. Because the lie feel good.
The lie makes them feel good, and it aligns with it. They want to hear the lie because it aligns with their life. It aligns with them. They don't want to hear the truth because the truth don't align with their life. And that's why it's the way it is. And that's why that goes with, it says, what's the problem with the world today? You have that. What's wrong? What's your problem with this world today? Well, my problem with the world is global warming and how they pollute the air. That's what they're doing to the world. Now, the people in the world, because it's two different things, people in the world, because the world ain't done nothing to me but get the air polluted and global warming, and man on earth is doing that to the world. But the people that live in the world, my problem with that is that we all need to learn. I'm not going to put no race on it. We all need to learn to respect each other and have boundaries, because I don't think no one race is greater than anybody else, because we here on this earth all together.
Amen.
We're living in the earth all together. So I think we all should learn how to respect each other regardless of what race you are, because ain't no one race greater than the other. Because if somebody sit there and throw a nuclear, you know what, it ain't gonna just hit one race, it's gonna hit all of us.
Fabulous, I have a question.
Yes.
Like, so, cause you were saying like at the hospital you worked at, all them hysterectomies. What's the name of that?
What was the name of it?
Yes.
It was a hysterectomy. They removed
I don't know the name of the hospital.
Cedars-Sinai.
She must be looking it up now or something. That's why I'm like, I can hear it though. But yeah, if you're looking it up while we on the
And
thing, we
there's
can better hear
another
you at the same time.
one, the
But
county hospital. The county hospitals was doing it too. And they were doing that and wasn't getting any consent to do it.
yeah, it's just all that stuff, man. That's all I said. It's so much deep work, and like I said, as long as they keep pushing their messages. I made a post about that too. When somebody was like, "Why you keep doing the same topics and why you keep talking about the same thing?" And you got the people that, well, why y'all keep talking about the same thing? As long as they keep pushing this negative stuff out, I'm gonna keep pushing out awareness and pushing out. So and just take many of people. It's just all about who get in contact with who first. That's just what that is. 'Cause that's what it's always been. Like in this world, you don't see nobody. They're gonna keep pushing out things people want to hear and all that stuff instead of what they need to hear, and what they need to hear is all boring and stuff. So I can understand it. That's probably why even like rooms like this can be low sometimes, but it is what it is. You gotta just keep on pushing. Because the ones that resonate to and the ones that need it, that's who gonna come. The ones that finally humble their life, and so I realize the more you humble your or try to mature and all this other stuff, that's when you're willing to listen and maybe put yourself aside. But when everybody is high and mighty on themselves and all that stuff and feel like I should be the teacher and I should be this and I want this to flow this way and all that stuff, then they usually they do all that stuff being the most miserable lives and always worrying about drama and what's the tea on this and what's the gossip on that and all this stuff. So that's all their interest is, and then wonder why they got a dramatic gossiping type life and deal with dramatic and gossiping type people and friends and get mad at them. But you that type, you the same. You attract who you attract.
Nobody wants to hear anything about God and beliefs in anything, and they don't want to hear that because that is poison to them. That's poison. They don't want to hear that. And my son is,
and they traumatized too. A lot of them they just got brought up in wrong churches and stuff, and now they just want to put it in a hole, which I noticed, like, that's what they do with the all men, all women, all police, all black people, they say all that because of a couple of things that happened in their life, so they feel like all the people are the same. So that's what's going on too.
That too. And I be telling my son, he's generation something. I forgot. He's a millennial. He's a millennial, and I tell him whenever I talk to him, I said, you don't let that go for nobody. Because I raised him up.
I never understood that though about that, because I don't even know what the heck I am. I just know I was born in 1990, the start of the 1990, but I never got that. Like even with that, when we use those, I guess those dates, the X Gen, that, whatever it is. And it's like, well, I don't get what the point we get to, because like in every last gen, none of the people act the same. I mean, okay. Yeah, I can believe people was different even back in the day though, but I do believe some of them was a little bit more tougher, maybe in the 70s and all that stuff or whatever. But right now, the ones that still living today, a lot of them
Yeah.
have been corrupted, done got softer, done did all type of stuff and change. Like you can tell, like even with the music, you know how they adapt. Like hip hop ain't hip hop no more, and they just adapt to this new mumble rapping stuff or whatever. But you know, I just never get it because it's like the ones that supposed to been grew up in the era. I done seen them just as immature, and just as victimhood out. You know, they doing all this like thing. So that's why I'm like, dang, I never got like will we be separating these dates and stuff because it's just you know it's maturity in some of them, it's selfishness and all of them. They all the
Yeah, he's
same exact
between
thing.
millennial and Gen X. He's 40 years old, so he was
Huh?
born in the 80s, and he's between millennial and Gen
Mm-hmm.
X, and that generation
Yeah.
there, it's like, oh my God, they don't want to do anything. They figure you owe them. They figure you owe them, and it's that generation there is like, yeah, they either messed up or they locked up, and fortunately he been there, done that, but he turned his life around. He, with me staying on him and putting the fear of God in him, he turned his life around, and people don't understand when they don't put the fear of God, because you don't never know what path your child gonna be on, but you don't give them nothing to fall back on. You don't give them it
True.
because you can raise them up one way. That doesn't mean that they got their own lives and they're gonna journey out, because we all was young and we journey
True.
somewhere else. But you need something, they go out there to that water and the boat takes them out so far, and then you have to put something in them to know how to take that boat and turn it back around and come back the other way. But if you don't put that in your kids today, then you wonder why they keep going out there to that water out there and staying out there until they don't know how to come back. And that's what's wrong with this generation today. They out there and they don't know how to turn around and come back, because that backbone that they needed is not there. And that's why the kids in this generation will be weaker and wiser. You got a lot of wise. Some of these kids are very wise and very smart, but they weak. And that's in the book of Revelations, that he said the kids will be wiser and weaker. They will not know their signs. And that's exactly what's going on. We seeing what's happening today.
True. That's true.
Because
Most
these kids,
definitely. That's what I said. They know all these information, but be
that's
weak at
it,
the
very
same time,
smart.
helpless, and I can't do this, spoiled, all this stuff. But you know every last, oh, I got college degrees and I got all that stuff, but you weak. You still weak. What the heck? You act like you can't even control your own life. Don't know how to control your emotions and cry about every last little thing. So it's like, dang, you sure that what's the whole
You
purpose
look
of
at
getting
them.
that?
Yeah, that's how
I
weak
don't
they are.
get it.
And I noticed that how weak they are. I tell my son, I said, when I go places, I said, I don't even look at them. I said, I have to walk with my head holding it down so I don't have to look at them. Because if you look at them, they want to ask you what you're looking at me for. And if you say something, what do you mean by that? And I said to myself, they react to words. And I said to myself, just words. And I said, they weak behind words.
Kebab. She even called me a new name now. Now you see what she doing down there? She called me Kebab. Now we got to get her next. I know. What's up? What's up, Altair?
Oh, somebody said,
It done died down a little bit though, but shoot, I got another hour for people. If people
Fabulous
bad.
needs to start a movement. She is the voice we need preaching to these.
Yeah, I like her.
Mature
Yeah, I like you.
adults.
Yeah, you should be preaching this
She's
shit. I believe you was during the Big Mama days. You know those. You know what I'm saying? We need them back.
You know what? I want to do that. I want, because I am on TikTok, but I do a lot of handcrafting. I have a shop on here and I do a lot of handcrafting, but I want to get on and talk like I'm talking now, because I am a shy person and I can't get on here and talk. I guess, the good Lord is teaching me how to talk, because I think some of these young adults need someone to talk to. I think they need someone to try to talk to them. Of course, you're going to have your trolls who But see, I have thick
Yep.
skin. I have thick
There you
skin. You
go.
can call me every name in the book. And guess what? I'm gonna tell you how thick my skin is. My skin is so thick till if I had trolls on here, you can call me every name in the book, and guess what? I won't even block you. Because you know why I wouldn't block them? Because you got the problem. I don't have the problem.
There you go. I'm about to add
Because
you. I
I
like
don't
that. Yeah,
have
I'm
the
gonna add you
problem.
for sure.
It's like dealing with the devil. When you stick a pitchfork in the devil, the more you talk, the more he gonna get mad. I wouldn't block none of them. I let them keep on talking and say whatever it is that they want to say. You are what you answer to. So if I answer to a troll because you calling me out of my name, then what is that saying about me? So if I don't answer to you, what you saying about yourself? Because what you saying to me, you actually talking about yourself because you ain't talking to me because you don't know me. So they say, and I see so many people block them on here. Why you gonna block them? Ignore. It's a such word what you call ignore. Don't block them. And if you see a troll, because they start off with their troll sentence. When you see that negative, just ignore them. Ignore them. People don't like to be ignored. The devil don't like to be ignored. He don't like silence. That's one thing about, he don't like silence, because when you feed into him, you giving him what he wants. You giving him a conversation. You're giving him, that means he's affecting you. When you answer him, he's affecting you. But when you don't say nothing, he's not affecting you. Let them talk. And I see so many of them on here that do that. Oh, well, I'm gonna block this troll. They said this to me. They said that to me. So what? They said it. Do you have to answer to it? Do you got to
There you
answer
go.
to that?
I think you the big mama we've been looking for all this time, man. Yeah. I'm about to add you. You got to be part of the team, man. Yeah. I'm protecting you. We've been asking for that too, man. It's too many soft. Boy, you talking just like how I be talking to you with the word soft. I say that so much, man. We just in this
I
soft
got
J
thick
era, man.
skin. I
They
really
don't
do.
facts, and it's needed. It's most definitely needed for sure. It's most definitely needed. You see how many other people done ran about this box earlier? So they heard that YT man talking and stuff. They done let them chase him off. I'm like, man, I got him up out of here though. But the thing is, I'm like, I just be trying to shut stuff down like that anyways, just because it's like I'm not that drama type person and stuff. And I see if I can't get through to them, it's like pointless. I like expanding on conversations, not just sitting here, because people do that all day. You know, they keep on, I just want to yell their brains out, and I want to, I'm good on that. I just don't got it.
There's a
No,
difference
I ain't got it
between
no more.
opinion, debate, and a person who just outright just want to be maliciously nasty. And within that conversation, you'll know. You got to see. It takes all kind to make the world go round, and you got to know. You got to learn people. You got to learn them. And once you learn people should not be a problem to decipher. Okay, they should not be because you have to listen more than talk. See, that's how you learn people, is by listening. Okay, when you figure that you got a troll in here, okay, listen. And if he says something that does not align with what you're up here for, excuse me, but I'm going to put you back down in the comment, and then do it and leave it alone. Don't, because if of course, he's going to say something that does not align with what you up here for. Put him back down in the comment. Because human beings tell off on themselves. You just got to listen. And people today don't have time to listen. That's when they get into arguments, because
Right. Because we want to react first before anything, so we get in our feelings.
in the comment. You don't align with what I'm up here for.
Yep.
and put them
Yeah.
back down in the doggone comment and keep going. To me,
Bet.
that's what
Yeah.
have a strong live. That I probably can teach how to have a strong live, you know, and because it's all sorts of people on here from every race on here, and some of them is not biased and some of them is not prejudiced to get on anybody's live up here. I have gone through different people's live and looking in, and I have seen people's live with all walks of people in there and have gotten along with one another. Okay. And if a person want to be nasty and want to disrupt what you're doing, put them back down in the comment. You don't owe them no explanation, no more if it doesn't align with what you up here for. Don't argue with them. What for? That's a waste of energy. You wasting your energy arguing with somebody like that. Because that's what they want to do anyway. You don't know what kind of day they had, and they figure, I'm going to get on his live and I'm going to pick his brains and I'm going to start an argument. Sorry. I'm not gonna make your day. So you can go on back down there where you come from. You gotta have thick skin to deal with it. I can deal with it. Have thick skin.
Nate asked, did you have grandkids?
Do I have grandkids? Yes, I have one granddaughter.
Yeah. Okay.
Yes, I have.
Yeah, because he was saying in the comments, I don't know if you'll
Yes, I
look at the
have
comments.
one son. I had two boys. My youngest son was unalive in a car accident at 21 years old. I didn't get any grandkids from him, but my oldest son, I have one grandkid from him.
Wait.
Gemini, what you got, man? I ain't just stuck up in here. What's the deal, my brother?
Wait.
What? Nate, what happened?
Fabulous.
Yes.
Is this like your clothing page?
Wait, say it again.
Don't tell me the live doing it to her again.
Can you hear me?
Yes, I can
There
hear
you go.
Okay, so is this like your clothing TikTok profile?
Yes. Oh, you went to my profile?
I think her stuff tripping again.
Can y'all hear me? I don't know what's going on.
There you go.
Yes, I can hear you. You just keep going in and out.
But yes, I went to your profile. Like I had seen you before on a couple other lives.
Yes, I do. I go on other lives.
Uh-oh. But yeah, I guess she was saying it was that your clothing. They doing her boat again. Free Nate from her internet.
I don't really talk on other people's lives. Only when I have something to say. That's the only time I go on there and talk. But most of the time I just go in there and listen. And sometimes you can't even, because I'm a person, I love to learn different things and I like to hear other people's different opinion, but you can't listen to other people's opinion when they all sitting up there talking at the same time. I think that is so rude. Well, here it is, we all adults and the other one don't have enough patience to sit there and wait till a person finish what they have to say. They want to talk all over each other, and it's like everybody. Some people have 8 slots, and they all sitting up there talking at the same time, and you can't hear anything.
What's wrong, May?
Hey, Gemini. No, cause that's just so funny. Like, cause like I also be on panels and they just be talking and talking and talking over people. Like and and also how that YT guy joined up here and that other person, I believe, like they just started talking. Like how you just come up here yapping. Like you need to wait your turn. Other people was talking first.
You could tell the type of person before when they do that. That's why I be paying attention when I see people just come up here unmuted off rip. You know, I know they on tip. You know, and that's why I muted. And as soon as they unmute themselves, I kick them right back out because I just know what tip they on. They tell you the type of character, and they really be like that in real life. They don't have no manners. They think they run some stuff or whatever.
Yeah,
So
I just feel like
you know,
when they come up here and really have that thing unmuted talking, and nobody even gave you the okay to talk yet. Like I just feel like they already be triggered about a topic.
Exactly. You got that right. That's perfect. That's exactly what that is. They came in here because they triggered or whatever, and then they come in here just so they can say how they feel. That's why I be trying to shut that down at the beginning. Like, dog, this really ain't that type of live. I know you used to yelling your brains out because you must don't have no life outside this app or something, and you can't yell at your boyfriend or girlfriend or whatever. So you got to take it out on here or whatever. So yeah. So I just like, nah, this ain't it. You can do that somewhere else because we trying to learn here. You know what I'm saying? We trying to expand our minds here. That's why the room is so low for a reason, you know? We wanted to make it talk so we can do that, but ain't nobody got time for that. At least I don't. So then come online. Let me get some more people up in here. Gemini, where you at, my brother? What you got for me, man? How you feeling?
Yeah,
You all
I'm
right?
good. How you tonight? What's up, Nate? How you do?
Good. Hey, Gemini, how are you?
All right. What's going on? Powerful, Sean. I can't see the. Hold on. And
Groovy, how you doing?
Fabulous.
How you doing?
I'm good. Cool. Hey, yo, what number we on?
Not really on the number. We just over here. We were just out here getting our sessions going. You know, it's like kind of died down a little bit like after something happened earlier. Everybody kind of left, but we really on the well, actually, a few people already went through a couple of them though. We ended up getting to the what do Black Lives Matter really mean, and why yell Black Power and act powerless at the same time. We got it to like that though. But you can go through the first three if you want to.
The world owned by black people, would it be better? I think it would. And you know, I'll say that as far back as we can go, that we have, you know, the understanding of the different stories that they told. We never had anything as bad as chattel slavery. We never had nothing as bad as gas chambers. We never had nothing as bad as Tuskegee or the Red Summer, or, you know, like, you know, you choose some of the most horrific things to happen in the course of civilization across the globe. And yeah, I mean, not to say that we're pitch perfect or anything like that, but I mean, there's just no historical evidence of us, you know, being on that type of debauchery. So I just don't feel like if we was running things from then all the way up to now, that anything would be nearly as bad as what we're seeing today in certain countries where we aren't in control. Do I believe white people are ready today for that? Wow, no, we're not, because we still run around trying to be like the colonizers, and I mean that ain't gonna get us nowhere but right back at square one where we at now. So no, I'll say this, as a majority, I don't think that we are. There's a minority out there excuse me, there's a minority out there that know how to step into a position and run things in an appropriate manner, but as a whole, no, I don't think we are. Black Lives Matter, I mean, that's just because in so many instances we run across situations and things that happen where it just as an outsider looking in, Black lives have zero value to certain people in this country, and typically I would say that those would be the people in charge. Other than if we're not providing a service, entertaining, or giving away our money, they don't care nothing about us. You know what I'm saying? And with that being so like overt and it right in our face with it, like it just don't seem like they care at all. Like our lives really don't matter. So when folks came out with that, it was kind of a way to say, yo, like, we part of this world, we part of this society, and we have value. Our lives have value, and even if y'all don't see it, we're gonna shout it to the top of our lungs. And why yell Black Power and Act Power? If I had to, because I really don't know the answer, but if I had to put a stamp on it, I would say that it had a lot to do with the phrase "fake it till you make it," and in which case it's a way of speaking that power and positivity into people that otherwise wouldn't see it in themselves. And
You standing on the outside still. You saw you just stole mine. So I literally said something like that earlier. I said fake it till you make it. Was out there watching on the outside. It sounds like a jump. But nah, that's crazy. You said the same thing I said.
Honestly, I think that's what it is, because even the people who out here and who really lay their life down, they understand that in this country, specifically this country, as powerful as we are powerless. And it's because so many people don't realize the power that they innately have within them. So I think like I said, it's a fake it till you make it, like a rally call to get people to see, hey, are we powerful alone? No. But if we can get everybody to look at themselves and see the value in themselves and see the power within themselves, then collectively we can exert some power to get some things to change, to get some things the way that we want things to be, versus just sitting around talking about it and playing the back when we really deserve to be in the front.
I agree.
Hey, Kev. God damn, my throat. I would say to add on to what he was saying, right? I would say that the best power you could have, and I know this gonna be like what the hell he talking about, but all my takes be like that. The best power I've learned that I could have is keeping my goals, my aspiration, and everything to myself. I've learned that when you tend to be excited about, let's just say, I don't know if it happened to one of y'all, but I've seen this happen several times, and it happened to me. Or if I be like, man, I want to start me a t-shirt business, or I want to start me this, right? People that may love us and they may have good intent, they will talk you out of it. People who hating on you will talk you out of it. So to me, I don't share anything with anyone until I actually do it. If I share something with someone before I actually do it, I've learned that people have the tendency to kind of like talk you out of it. It don't mean that they hating on you. It could be they are hating on you, or it could just be that they can't see a way of for you to do it. So for me, I just learned that the power that I have is keeping things to myself, and I think that sharing your dreams. Everybody don't have the dream and the vision that you may have, and I think sometimes when we tend to share it, you damn near kind of like talk your dreams. You share your dreams away, because I've seen people good at talking you out of it, and they'll convince you that what you're talking about is not going to work. So to me, I don't share anything with anyone. Once I actually do it, and I'm in the process of doing it, and I've started already, then I would share it. But before I even start, I don't share a damn thing.
Sean, you absolutely is correct. That's the same thing the host was saying when he said, "Don't count your chickens before they hatch."
Chicken for that's what it sounded like. I was thinking about
Damn,
that too.
Kev stole my answer. God damn.
You don't let the left hand know what the right hand is doing, because once you let the left hand know what the right hand is doing, then you've let them know how to sabotage what it is that you're trying to do in your dream. So in some cases, you need to keep things to yourself until you actually have got it off the ground. And then once you've got it off the ground, you still have to keep looking over your shoulder, because they'll try to find fault in anything to crush what you've done. So you actually are right, and you're on the right track. Keep things to yourself.
What you got for me, Moses? What you got, man? You can do 1 through 3, then go back to the panel again.
Thank you. Hello, everyone.
Hello.
A world owned by black people, would it be better? No, I don't believe so. You know, being a historian, you know, I understand that, you know, it was Nigerian people that began to sell the slaves. So black people were selling their own people to the Arabs and to the Portuguese and to the Americas. So we've always been a people that have not been good to one another. You know, I would say probably 80% of the world's population is our skin color, and we've always been at war with one another. So no, I don't believe. And I believe that within our own communities, we demonstrate that. You know, we don't have love for one another. We never have. And it's not because of the color of our skin, but it's because of the spirits that we possess. You know, we, for whatever reason, we don't like to see one another come up. We don't like to see each other do anything good. You know, it's almost like if I got it, then my own people think I shouldn't have it. They should have it. So they'd be willing to go spend their money with somebody that don't look like me just to keep me from being able to do good. So I don't have no faith in us as a people, you know, doing anything to help one another, because right now, you know, we spend more money than any other nationality in the United States, and we spend 80% of our money outside of our own communities. You know, and that demonstrates how much we don't like and appreciate one another right there. So no, I don't believe that we'd be better off. Do you believe black people are ready today for that? Why not? No, we're worse off now than we've ever been. You know, we've been we done adapted the mindset of our oppressor so much. We want to be like him so bad. We want to sit at his tables, go to his schools, and live in his neighborhoods, you know, so bad that we'll oppose and come against one another, you know, to make that happen. You know, we're just in bad shape. What do you believe Black Lives Matter really mean? Our lives don't matter, you know, and mostly to ourselves. We already know that the enemy don't care nothing about us. You know, he'll utilize us to make money off of us, but outside of that, he don't care nothing about us. And until we start appreciating and stop taking one another's lives, then they're going to continue to do it, or they're going to sit back and watch us do it. So our lives don't matter. It's sad, but to date, we've unalived more of ourselves than the KKK ever did. Let me see. What's your problem? This world today.
We ain't making that far yet. No, not yet. The other half, why yield black power and act powerless at the same time? What about that one?
Because our spirits and psychologically we're defected as a people. Like I said, we've tried so hard to want to sit at the table with our enemy that we've become just like him. We've become just like him. The way he detests us, we detest ourselves the same way. The way he says that we don't deserve to have anything good, we've adapted that mindset, and we don't believe that we deserve to have anything good. And it's sad, but I come from a generation, I'm 62 years old, so growing up in the late 60s and early 70s, I grew up in a community where there was black-owned shoe stores, laundromats, neighborhood stores, and clothing stores. We had all of those things, and then gradually it just went away. That the people that got the money start moving away to the suburbs, and so that they can live out there close to the adversary, and they took all their money with them, and the opportunity is just crazy. So we don't have no power. It takes money to have power. It takes and money gives you power, and it gives you influence. We don't have the money because whatever money we get, we give right back to them in some way, shape, or form. We give it all back to them, just like a lot of the celebrities. And I'm gonna end with this: they get their money. First thing they do is go buy $100,000 cars, $1 million jewelry, right back to the people that they had got it from. They spend the money right back with them. And none of the money is working in the communities to bring up nobody. They're not creating no jobs, no hospitals, nothing. We just take our money and go give it right back to them. It's crazy, man. But so we're in bad shape today. We don't have no power.
All right. Okay. Open panel. Anybody before we get to this next
I
one?
agree with what you said, Powerful. I grew up during that era too, where you had a lot of black-owned businesses and everything, and I don't know what happened, and I don't understand why black people say it's already understood that the YT people is the way that they're going to be. Through the test of time, they've been the way that they're going to be. Okay, but what I don't understand, we are the biggest racists toward each other. And that came from, and they don't want to listen to their history, and they don't want to read it.
We said that yesterday. That's funny.
Their history books, okay? Because that came from when they had one in the house. I don't want to, say it on here. They had one in the house and one in the field. And you have a lot of black people who live that narrative today. The reason why they figure you don't deserve something. If you got that dime, you don't deserve that dime. Who do you think you is to get that dime? You think you better than anybody else because you got the dime and I don't? Well, that mentality happened all the way back there where they put one in the house and one out there on the field. And it's still that way today, that you have black people who have that same type of mindset like that. And they need to get out of that. Before they start pointing the finger at somebody else, because it's understood that they that way, point the finger at yourself and say, why is it that you don't like your brother over there because he got the dime? Why don't you ask the brother over there, how did you come about getting the dime? Okay, maybe he can share some knowledge to you how you got the dime, instead of want to unalive the person because they got the line. Well, if you don't want to share the dime, then I'm just going to take the dime. Okay. That comes from history. And that's, to me, I feel the reason why they want to take history out of school, because they notice that some of us don't want to learn nothing about history. And that's through history. My mother was born in 1921, and I was a very good listener. I used to listen to everything she used to say, because my mother came up in the Depression days, okay? She came where you couldn't go to the bathroom and drink water. So I like knowledge, because knowledge is power, because knowledge let you know who you are and what you need to do, okay? And to get in this world, to get along in this world, you know, you don't keep traveling down that same road. That's why they have different roads to get to certain places, okay? If you dealing with a YT, okay, and he got that roadblock down that road, okay, he can't be in the same place at the same time, then you go down another road to get where it is you trying to get, okay?
Hey, Kip, if when I talk to I call it Big Mama. You know, we need to bring Big Mamas back, man. I tell you.
I was just about to say that. I said, I believe Fabuloso is the Big Mama we've been looking
we need to
for.
bring Big Mamas back, man. Everybody want to be nanas and nobody want to be grandma or granddaddy no more. We need to bring that back. But when I talk to my Big Mama, I asked her, like, I always try to get my information not from stuff that I read, because sometimes when people read stuff, that means that's somebody else's thoughts, and they could be wrong also. So I never take what I read for face value. It's always a 50-50 with me, right? Until I actually go and talk to the people like in that time. And my grandmother, my Big Mama is 88, and she remembered that she was 25 or 24 when she was able to vote. So I get a lot of history from my Big Mama. And what she told me that she noticed the difference, this was about 10 years ago. But she always instilled in me when I was 10 up until 18 about our history, to where I didn't grow up thinking that I was less than any YT person. Anytime I got a chance in telling a YT person off, when they talk about how black people are violent, I'm quick to let them know how violent they were and who black people learning from. So they have no room to talk. So my goal is always to check a YT person on their history. Any day, every day. It don't matter the place and time. But when I talked to my Big Mama, she said that, and I know a lot of people love Martin Luther King, but she said that when Martin Luther King wanted to have that, like the desegregation and everything, black people, when we had the option to buy black and only black, we bought black. But when we had the option and freedom to either buy black or buy YT, we chose to go YT. They didn't put a pum to our head or nothing. She said black people chose to go over there to be with them YT people. And then she said they started complaining that the YT people didn't want to treat them equally and fairly. So she said that was a decision that we made on our own, and that's been the downfall of black people to this day. We choosing. That's why I say it's a difference between, just for me, Negroes and African Americans. Them Negroes wanted to be left alone. They want to do their own thing. African Americans and black people, they want to join the YT people, and then when they don't get, I expect a white person to do what they do to black people. That's expected. Yeah. They've always shown that. I don't expect that from black people. Exactly. I don't expect that from my own.
Well, if I could say this, you know, the reality is we put too much emphasis on skin color. There's something that lives inside of us, which is called a spirit. True. And an evil spirit is evil, whether it's behind white skin, black skin, or yellow skin, or whatever color skin. You know, and that's the reality. Just because somebody has the same skin as you does not.
Hey, to not cut you up, well, halfway, but I was about to say that's what you speaking on is the whole purpose of this topic. That's what's funny though that you mentioned that. So yeah. I feel everything you saying on that. This the whole thing. The reason why I made this topic was because what you saying right now. I want people to realize that this really ain't the skin color. That's why I just wanted to see how they was gonna answer this though, because it really don't matter. It really don't matter. It's really the spirit. That's just what it is.
Absolutely, and that's what it is. And the sooner you accept that, you know, then you won't be let down by people that look like you so much. You know, and that's the reality, because, you know, a lot of people don't understand this, but did you know that a lot of blacks stayed and fought for the Confederate soldiers to keep us in slavery? Black people actually joined the Confederate Army to fight so that they could remain in slavery. Okay? This is a reality. All right. And then did you know that black people were some of the first people to buy slaves up north? Wealthy black people bought slaves. See, so it's never been about our color. And the reason why we can't advance is because we're too loyal to our skin, to a fault. We want to vote for people because they're black and we don't know nothing about their spirit. You know, we want to do all this thing for this black person and that black person because they got the same skin as you got and they got wicked spirits. They don't care nothing about you. That character that Samuel L. Jackson played on the movie The Django is for real. That's for real. That's how people really feel. Some black people really feel about you. You know? And like I said, our problem as a people is we think because they look like us that they should care about us, you know, and that's not real. If you don't have a righteous spirit, then that means you have a selfish spirit, because a righteous spirit is an unselfish spirit. It's a spirit that sees everybody as equal and everybody deserves an opportunity to enhance their lives. But a selfish spirit says, no, I deserve to have this. And in order for me to have it, I got to keep you from having it. So I'm not going to allow you that opportunity. I'm going to suppress you and oppress you and keep you down. And that comes in all shades, in all colors. And you know, it took me a long time to come to this understanding because we're taught, especially in the 60s and 70s, black power. We stick together. The only reason why, how can I say it in my landing? I'm going to say this. We just see it more polarized now because of social media. But what's going on now with blacks has always been there. Even though they had stores and different things, there was always a divide. You always had them that made it out and they didn't want to come back and help nobody else make it out. Or we've always had them when they see the crab or the crab effect, when they see you climbing up, making it, they want to pull you back down and keep you in the water. They don't want you to get free. That's always been the case with us. And that's because, and I'm gonna end it with this. When God said in Deuteronomy that he was going to send us to all four corners of the earth and we was going to be oppressed and we were going to be enslaved and we were going to build fields and have vineyards that we wouldn't eat out of and we would build houses that we would never be able to inhabit and that they was going to take our children and do these things, that he said this is going to happen to you because you rejected me, because you have a wicked spirit. That's why. And he turned us over to a wicked people that wanted to destroy us because they was jealous of our relationship with God. And so the Caucasian man that is doing this to us, he was already the wicked one. He was the one when the devil took Jesus to the mountain and said, if you bow down and pray and worship me, I'll give you everything that your eyes could see. The white tea man accepted that. The white tea man accepted that, and that's why he's in power. That's why.
You remember me telling you, host, that they asked me, what did I see in Kamala? Well, that's exactly what I was saying. It's a spirit in her that is something about her. I can't put my finger on it, but it's the spirit that I'm picking up from her. I'm picking up something from her. I didn't put it in those words, but it's a spirit that I'm picking up from her. It's just something about her, and she just ain't brought it to the forefront yet. But it's a spirit.
But she has brought it to the forefront. See, I'm not opposed to Kamala because of her policies. It has nothing to do with the economics or the money, because y'all know as well as I do, if gas goes up to $20 a gallon, we're gonna still pay for it anyway, because we want to drive rather than walk or ride on the bus. If groceries get up to any higher, we're gonna complain, but we're gonna buy it anyway. So that's not the reason why I'm not with Kamala. I'm opposed to Kamala because she's promoting homosexuality. because she's promoting trans living for children more than anything. And all of these different things that are totally against what God represents. Her spirit is wicked.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. That's exactly what I'm saying. Her spirit is not
It's
right.
tore up.
They're
No, her
not
spirit's
right.
tore up.
You know, and I'm against that too, because no matter what they sit there saying, you know, you don't sit there and push that down kids' throats. Why are they sitting there pushing it down kids' throats? If they want to sit there and push that on some of these grown folks, okay, then okay, go ahead and do that. But leave the kids out of it, because the kids have a right to live right in this life, to be taught the right thing in this life. If the kids want to choose to go that way, let them go that way. But don't sit there and cram that down their throat. Give them a chance to live the right way. Because at the end of the day of night, it's an abomination, and they shouldn't sit there and pick their life for them. I'm gonna choose their life for them. No, don't do that.
Yeah, when the child gets of age, if they decide that's the route they want to go, so be it. You know, but you know, like I do, when you 8, 9, 10, 11 years old, you ain't thinking about smacks for the most part. You know, you climbing trees and running, and you know, you might start playing hide and go get it or kiss and tell when you get about 11 and 12 years old, you know, but you ain't really into that. But now they're planting seeds and telling them things that their little brains can't really comprehend, and they got them doing things and that they can't come back from, and that's a spirit. You know, did y'all know that Kamala went over to Africa and offered them $100 million to promote same-sex marriages, and they told her, if you ain't out of our country and at this particular time, we're gonna do something to you. They ran her out of there, but that's their agenda, and they only sent her to Africa, only to brown skinned people. That's it. Why? Because we were the people that were chosen by God. And that's why he's trying so hard to destroy us. And like I said, the man that's been oppressing us, he's already the devil. He's already, and that's why he's so rough on us, trying to take us out. And we go for
let me feel it. Let me get Mad up in here because he haven't said anything. What you got for me, Mad?
Let me get to a quieter place. My kids are running wild.
Yeah, they done stepped out of line when they sitting up there want to put kids and stuff like that. That's just not right.
Right. Don't even give them a chance. They can make choices like that, but we need to have licenses and all the other stuff for other things. But that's something that's really
And
important.
Powerful said the right thing. They're sitting up there planting that seed in a child's mind. And that's a seed that they are planting there.
Right. So when it comes to the vice president, she's not an American at all, really, for real. They say her father's Jamaican, but he was just born in Jamaica. But he's really Indian, from India, from Hindustan. So he married his own kind, which is an Indian woman, had Indian children that was raised over there and partially over here. So, you know, a lot of people that look like us, they be cosplaying us, and they be fooling the weaker minded of our people. There's so many of them that's just weak minded. About the past, though, it wasn't, well, the past that they teach in school, that history is not real. You know, slavery is not the way that we were learned. They didn't, There were contracts. Slaves get paid as slaves were suing for their freedom. And people from all around the world to sign on contracts. That was employment for beings back then. That's why it's hard to find any of these so-called slave ships, et cetera, et cetera. Of course, there were black people purchasing or purchasing, however you want to look at it, other skilled trade black people, because that's what they were doing back then. And when you think about it, if slavery ended in 1865, the black Wall Streets all over the South was being destroyed. Not too far along after that, slaves aren't able to do all that. You know, we've been in power. You look at the Tennessee House of Congress, it's a whole chair full of black folks. So, you know, a lot opens up when you do your genealogy. Let your ancestors tell you the story about the past. It's better that way. What else were we talking about? Africa, yeah. I mean, there is an agenda. Like right now, you know, I'm a descendant of a freedman. So the banks that the vice president had opened up the Freedmen Bank to fund foreign people on their business ventures here out of our ancestors' hard-earned money, instead of giving it to the descendants of the people of the Freedmen Bank. That would be a way of doing reparations, giving us the money that accrued all that interest over the years when you froze those banks and those accounts, trying to oppress our people. But they're giving it away to foreigners. She's spearheaded that back in October of last year. Just go to the White House briefings. You can put it in your Google, Kamala Harris or the Freedmen Bank, and it'll pull it right up. So, yeah, when you said that there was something not quite right about this VP, yeah, because she's not us. She's not for us, and she will never be us. She's just using us like all the others. I land my plane there.
Yeah, when they talked here in California, when they asked Governor Newsom about the reparations, he's the one who shot it down, and he said there's more than other ways to do reparations besides giving out money. He don't figure that we should have any money, that they should do reparations in other means. Here in California, I'm in Los Angeles.
Yeah, they're not gonna do reparations. I grew up in LA. They're not going to do it because that's their whole thing. They want the foreigners to stay empowered. This whole government is a foreign government. They're in violation of the natural people. You might think that the Native Americans or the natural people, those are foreigners too. You'd be surprised to find out who the real people are if you don't already know.
Well, you know, I just seen an article, and I've been studying on it, where they found Egyptian writings and drawings in the caves in the Grand Canyons, and I want to say this: I'm from Davenport, Iowa, originally, and in the Mississippi River, we have a relic in the Davenport Museum, a relic, an Egyptian plate, writing and stuff was found in there, which meant the Egyptians had traveled over here and traveled through the Mississippi River all down through here long before it was inhabited by any other people. So African people have been everywhere before anybody else come here. And all of the Caucasian people are descendants of Japheth, and all of his people are from the continent of Europe. All right, I mean Northern Europe, because actually Southern Europe is, and a lot of people don't know this, but Southern Europe was inhabited by the Shemites, brown-skinned people, and King James Stewart, was a black man. The whole England royalty. A lot of people don't know this. You know, when you see the guards that stand at the door and they got the big black hats on their head, they stole that from the afros that the original guardsmen wore. And where the women wear the small things and they got the things on to make it look like they got big butts. That is also an image of the black women that were royalty that had the big butts. So they mimicked what we are. We ran all of that. But because of our disobedience and us turning our backs on God, he turned us over to these wretched people to let them handle us. And he said he would do it and for how long it would occur, you know. So we are in the situation we are in as a people simply because we turned our backs on a righteous God. And then we come over here and we accept the white man's philosophy, the white man's philosophy of what Christianity is. Now we have all of these buildings on every corner, churches that they constructed and said this is how we should worship, and we do it the way they said, and we've turned it into a business. And all of that is what they did. They took and altered the truth, and we as a people accepted it, and we go about doing things the way they said we should do it, rather than the way God said we're supposed to do it. And that's by choice. That's my choice.
Well, I have hope that it ain't gonna stay this way forever, because that's a promise from God that it's not gonna stay this way for black people forever, because he said what is the bottom rail will soon be the top rail. So it's something coming for us, but don't know when, but it ain't gonna always be this way, because we are the bottom rail. And he made a promise that what's the bottom rail will soon be the top rail. So it ain't gonna always be that. It's not gonna always be this way. Now, would some of us be ready for it? Don't know.
All right, y'all, man. Slowing down and it's getting to that time. I'm about to do another this going. Probably end up calling this stuff. Get me stretched out real quick, cause it's back to the grind
Thank you for having me
again.
up here.
But it's most definitely a good conversation,
Thank
though.
you for having me up here.
Oh yeah, for sure. Appreciate you, man. Love everything y'all was talking about and what y'all done said today. I believe the ones that need to hear this heard it, man, for real. But I'm posting this on YouTube anyways, though, so everybody gonna get this stuff going, man. This is a conversation that really need to be out for real. Back to where we go. Enjoy the live like always. Oh yeah, appreciate you, Kelsey,
Yeah,
man.
appreciate you too. Walk in power. Be safe. Later on.
All right, for sure, Power, man. I appreciate you, man. But I see y'all on these streets. It's like, but I might lay down and might catch a live before I get all in the bed and stuff. And otherwise, I'm out. But I catch y'all though.